on the free Odyssey app.
How to prepare for another pandemic. Lisa Brady, Fox News. The White House has a new office to take over for the COVID-19 response team.
The newly created.
Fired and stopped.
Really?
You're up.
Hey,
Yay!
ho! Hey! Do not mix with alcohol, land of Lincoln, Illinois.
Look at that shirt.
Thank you. Yeah.
Kind of wrinkly.
So's the state.
Yeah. It's actually just a artistic depiction.
You know what?
Ryan's
Did you get that out of your car?
No.
you have an
I
instance?
actually this was completely Febrezed and ironed, and I
Febreze?
thought, no,
That's how you wash them?
as performance art, I need to wrinkle this shirt up.
Febreze
Yeah.
instead of like Tide?
No, it's not Febreze. It's that spray. What do you do with the spray that gets the wrinkles out? It's not Febreze.
Anyway.
It's,
Bounce makes
you
one.
just made a whole different implication on yourself.
Anyway, this shirt had been completely ironed and great, and I thought, no, to show the state of Illinois.
You've never thought that hard about what you put on.
I did. I thought, you know what I need to do for the people?
Get to the show notes.
I need to make this shirt wrinkly.
All right.
Speaking of this shirt,
It's fun
This
to watch
shirt.
Ryan not even convince himself that he's
I'm not even buying what I'm selling.
I just sort of
I can't even
finishing the
convince
sentence
myself.
now.
The
This is
guy
true.
who made this shirt, and his name is right here in tiny print, Jamie Lissow, is going to
Lissow.
Oh!
be... Yeah!
Yep, we
Lissow.
just were talking about it.
Lissow. I'm
Lissow.
a good listener.
It's like Lizzo.
Lissow.
Like Lizzo.
I'm saying Lissow, and you're saying Lizzo.
I know.
Jamie Lissow is going to be on the Annie Frey Show today at 12:25. He's an actor and comedian, writer and producer, and a regular guest on the Gutfeld Show. So he will be on the show at 12:25. Wiggins, 12:45.
Wiggins America.
We gonna do
The
it today?
B. What?
We gonna do it today?
Well, we didn't Wednesday.
That's because Congress. It took a literal act of Congress, right?
Yeah,
I like Fridays. Wiggins America Fridays are one of my favorite segments we do on the whole show.
We're gonna do it. It's the B or not the B. I brought 7 stories this time.
Whoa.
Yeah, I had been bringing 6. Today
That's
I was
the most
like,
prepared you've ever
no,
been.
no. I'm gonna go with 7, and I'm gonna wrinkle his shirt.
In that order.
The B or not the B? 12:45.
It's
with
been weird, really,
Ryan
because
Wiggins.
I've been sitting in my office with no shirt on, and this thing just bundled up in a ball for you.
How he feels about you. Hi, Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At 1:25, we're going to do Ask Me Anything, so please send in your questions on the live stream.
We
You
have
can-
we have a treat for you during Ask Me Anything. Stay tuned.
Ooh, I don't even know what the treat is, so
Oh, I do.
excited
Yeah.
to find this out. And then at in 2 o'clock hour, D to the C and Abby, the producer on the Mark Reardon Show, are going to be facing off in X's and O's. I haven't played in a while, so I'm excited.
Did you talk about the poll yet?
Getting there.
Okay.
YouTube live chat poll, which the results will be at 2:45, is asking, which checkout lane do you prefer? A cashier-operated lane or the self-service lane?
Yep.
Ooh.
I like this.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Notice that the main reason I did this one is because I asked Brad and Ryan that yesterday, and they didn't, as usual, give me the answer. One of the possible answers of my question.
What did we
So
say?
You
I
said
said-
whichever one is open first.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not-
whatever
That's
one's
not
getting
an
out of the
option.
store.
If they're,
Yeah.
the question is, if they're both open, which one do you go to?
Now
See?
now you're getting down to
Okay,
brass tacks.
I can answer that.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
And I said,
But
I
I've
was
been
like,
thinking about that,
checks
and I'm
me
like,
out.
no, I still want to know the answer to that.
Yeah. As do we all.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
I do have a preference. Do you?
I do.
Okay.
Well, then why didn't you say it yesterday?
Because ultimately that was my preference.
But it wasn't one of the options.
I know, but it was a good answer.
That's like going into McDonald's and being like, I'd like a chalupa. It just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. You know what else is funny in
But
the
it's also-
drive-through is to be like, can I have a Crispy Chirper? And they're like, what? And you just see what you get.
Don't these days wouldn't they just give you food?
Yeah.
And
It's
charge
kinda
you
fun.
for the
It's-
expensive version?
It's the equivalent of
It's like a grab bag. Yeah.
I would. Yeah, when I worked drive-thru, I would have repeated that back to you.
The same way.
Oh yeah, like okay, and I got a crispy trooper.
I miss those days.
right.
I should have sought you out.
Go to the Annie Frey YouTube YouTube channel. Did I put the poll up? I did, right? Yes, I did. Oh, wow.
Before you do, though, make sure that Annie has it up.
I do.
Okay. She's got it up.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
No reason. No reason. Why would I be laughing at that, Hannah?
I biologically do not understand.
Supply of emergency food, too. Go to mypatriotsupply.com and prepare for what's coming. mypatriotsupply.com.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight guaranteed. Early bird specials at $49.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also stop smoking with Mark Patrick. No matter how many times you try to quit, this hypnosis is designed to destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Seminars Saturday, August 15th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites St. Louis Airport in St. Louis. And Sunday, August 6th at the 4 Points by Sheraton, St. Louis, Fairview Heights, and Fairview Heights. Weight loss seminar, 11 a.m. Stop smoking seminar, 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
We all know about the speed of sound, but have you ever thought about the sounds of speeding? Drive too fast and you could hear the sound of your vehicle crashing, because one way or another, speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. If you haven't had your AC system checked, you're spending more money than you need to this summer to stay cool. Schedule your AC system check for as little as $15 a month. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
This hour of the Annie Frey Show is brought to you by Ruler Foods. Low prices, no coupons. Ruler Foods.
I don't know.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full
It's
picture.
always Brad's is unmuted. Mine is muted.
Don't get me wrong. I love
Okay, if
the
you can
ladies.
hear me
I mean,
right
they
now,
read my
I'm going to
engine,
say the number
but they don't
43.
belong in the
Type it
newsroom.
chat.
It is Anchor Man, not
No, don't
Anchor
say don't screw it up.
Lady.
43. Maybe they're just calling
Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
Well, we don't know what's going on.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Okay, 43. It's my basketball number. Hey, welcome into the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome to the Annie Frey Show. We are grateful that you are here with us today. We got some things going on in the studio. Do not tune into the YouTube Live because we don't know what we're doing.
Our mics are on YouTube Live, so
But
you hear
not-
everything we're saying in the breaks.
On the air.
We're not on the air. At least up until this moment.
There's nothing that looks. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to the Annie Frey Show. Do you know how to tell when things are starting to get really hot and bothered in Washington D.C. in the political world? What's your best guess? Like, what's the tripwire for you, Ryan, when you hear certain things be talked about, or there's an event, and you go, must be something brewing.
Okay, whenever I hear the phrase, this is going to cost taxpayers X amount from Democrats, then I know they don't have anything else.
This is a waste of taxpayer funds. It's like, well, it's now been established. Can it please be on the record that the Democrats understand that this uses taxpayer funds? Like, just put that in there somehow.
Yeah, they've just now figured out, oh, this is something we should be concerned about.
Here's where I get a little nervous. Listen to this.
Believes the government is hiding something.
We've had a heck of a lot of pushback about this hearing. We're done with the cover-up.
Bipartisan lawmakers are suspicious of their own government.
Rumors tend to flourish in places where the federal government is silent or not transparent.
That's a scary thought that they don't trust us.
Lawmakers tried to review photos and talk to pilots who saw things, but the military stymied them.
They were hiding images and information.
2 Navy pilots who say they spotted strange things in the sky will testify at an upcoming hearing. A third witness is whistleblower and former Air Force intelligence officer David Grush. He claims the military has possession of a non-human spacecraft and potentially the remains of an extraterrestrial pilot.
E.T. phone home. E.T. phone home. They're talking about UFOs. We are in a strange world of puns right over the target.
So, things must be getting pretty hot if they're talking about UFOs. I think that's where you're headed.
That was Chad Pergram and his pack.
Why is the military and the government not just being honest with us? Why are they overclassifying it? Why aren't they being transparent?
They keep telling us they don't exist, but they block every opportunity for us to get a hold of the information to prove that they do exist. And we're going to get to the bottom of it, dadgummit, whatever the truth may be. We're done with the cover-up.
Language.
Dang.
Dadgummit.
Dadgummit. It's good to know people who say dadgummit, unless, they probably come from a small town.
I still say that.
I wish that I had the time. This is what I would do if I had no other responsibilities. I would like to chart the news headlines. I would like to see where the first thing hits that Donald Trump is indicted, and then see how quickly it takes something that benefits the complete other political party to become part of the news. And then when you realize both are starting to reach a fever pitch, the UFOs, they always show up. They always do.
The UFO thing, though, this has been led not entirely by Republicans, but mostly by Republicans. At least the press conference I saw from this week was. So if it's Republicans doing the UFO stuff, I would think that it wouldn't be as much of a cover-up because this has been a big Republican week in the House. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here.
I don't either. There's more. This is Congressman Burchett. Listen to him talking about the UFOs.
If Russia owned it, they wouldn't be battling in Ukraine. It'd be over. China, they would control us. Even they pretty much do now, but even more so. It's either something that's extraterrestrial or something that we have in our skunk works and listen to the pilots. It defies all of our laws of physics. The human body would not be able to withstand the pressure from this thing. It's beyond belief.
It's not Russia. When the balloon first came through, people didn't know what it was. People thought it was potentially UFO, and then and there was a lot of attention to it because Montana found it. And then later on, we find out we watched it launch from China.
Right.
It's not UFOs.
Right.
We knew the whole time, but all of the speculation and all of the conversation, the usage of the story, and our ignorance, collective ignorance as the people, and I don't use that in a malicious way. We are ignorant to the facts because they haven't told us. They just they get as much oxygen out of stuff like this as they possibly can.
It's very seldom that the news is so much that I really don't know what to do with it. This has been a big news week. There's been a lot to cover. But when it gets into the UFO stuff and they start talking about things like, well, we've seen a craft do this and that, and that's not physically possible based on current human technology, my mind kind of explodes. I don't really know what to do with that information because I also think, you know what, the government could be hiding a lot of things that maybe they have. But if our own government doesn't know what our own government is doing, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn.
I think to me, it speaks to the underlayer of every concern that I have right now, and that is I don't trust anybody with anything and any storyline. If you vote the same way as I do, I don't trust that you know the facts. I don't trust that you haven't been given I don't trust anything. And that is probably by nature, virtue of the country, the way it is set up, we're supposed to be skeptical always.
Sure.
But I can't look at information right now. We heard RFK Jr. talking about in his hearing, there's disinformation and there's misinformation. He's introduced a new word, is malinformation. I think it's a good one because it's information that is put out there for you to consume, for me to come across in a headline from NBC or maybe Fox News or maybe one of the other more independent media outlets. They cover a story because information has been put out there, and then we finally get to maybe some more truth. It could be years later, could be months later, could be days later. But the idea that information is being put out there in a malicious way, it becomes malinformation. And good grief, that our government, since the beginning of time and the beginning of this country, has used information as a weapon. That's not new. That's what everybody does. The idea that there would be a purpose towards misinforming or distracting the American people in a lot of ways, even at the most elementary levels, that's kind of just politics. Here's what's real, but this is how we want you to see it. That's politics.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And nothing's changed with that. But, I mean, living in an information age now, there's so much information coming at you all the time. I feel like America is more skeptical across the board than maybe we've ever been in our nation's history. I don't know that that's necessarily a bad thing, but it has come from not being able to trust sources that we want to trust. And that is a bad thing.
What's your biggest takeaway from this week? Because the whistleblower testimony that we heard, I cannot stress enough how, as we carried 2 hours of this hearing, sitting here and watching these two whistleblowers present their case to the congressional committees that were there asking them the question, these people did not ever look like they were trying to remember
scripts,
something.
Yeah.
It's their life, and it has been for some time.
My big takeaway from this week is that the hearings on both Wednesday and Thursday with RFK Jr. on Thursday, the information that we got out of those hearings was somewhat new, but it was stuff we already knew. We already knew there was censorship going on. We already knew who was being censored and why. We already knew who was doing the censorship. We knew about Hunter Biden. We knew about tax fraud. We knew about this money that they've been getting from overseas, this bribery, this now on record. I think the big takeaway, since that was your question, is that have one guy who's not getting it, and that is Donald Trump. They've always protected their own until it was him. To me, that's what's changed.
We talk about these legacy families that have always been in American politics, and now we have Trump and Biden. These are people Trump is not an outsider anymore. He's been on the inside. And it's like, we need to really shake this up. We need to get new, fresh blood in. Who do we get? Let's get a Kennedy. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
I'm waiting for Chelsea Clinton to throw her hat in the ring.
Ew.
George Bush has talked about running for president.
No.
What? Really?
They've discussed it. Isn't he in Texas doing something?
You're not W, but the like he was like the attorney general or something like that. Secretary.
Oh, the younger Bush.
He's like a nephew or something.
Yeah.
I've heard him. I like him. I like George W. Bush more than probably a lot of people listening to the station. But he was a very, very aggressive injection from politics into my life just due to 9/11 because I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
So I just
different time
saw it in a different way. Do we get the issue fixed?
I think so. We won't know until we go into the next break.
Okay.
Before we break, I mean,
no, Hannah says it's not.
What has your big takeaway from this week been? Because it's been a heavy week.
Honestly, my big takeaway is that the Republican majority is doing its job. And there has been so many different things that have taken place that the only reason that we even are having these conversations is because the Republicans have a majority, albeit so slim. It just goes to show you what the consequences of your vote actually are. And, Lauren Boebert won her race by 500 votes or something?
Wasn't much, yeah.
It's hundreds of votes. And it was, I think her race was the last one to be determined. But every single one of those races counts. The Republicans need 2 seats in the Senate. In one of the most favorable election cycles that Republicans could have in the Senate. The election in 2024 is about the president, but it is so much bigger than the president. And the president
the presidential candidates are going to affect so much more than just who's in the Oval Office. It's maybe the leading frustration that I have with. What are you doing?
I'm working on something here. Just
Okay.
keep going.
Shake it. He just took a piece of paper.
He was
and
doing
put it-
like Rush Limbaugh used to do.
Yeah. I have a really important point to make here. I'm not 100% sure what it is.
Yeah.
But Brad's going to help me with it. I forgot what I was saying.
The big takeaway is that the House has done its job. And
No, the big take I was going to say. My biggest frustration, my leading frustration with Donald Trump is post the election in November of 2020. He blew Georgia. We had 2 Senate seats we needed one of them. And because he was angry, because he was upset, I don't begrudge him being upset. I mean, I'm not saying this in a way that is to demean the president in any way, shape, or form, because this was one of the best parenting pieces of advice I ever got. When your kids are growing up, they have the same emotions that we have. They have not learned how to handle their emotions yet. When you are eating an ice cream cone and the top of your ice cream cone falls onto the ground, you are going to be upset about that. You are going to be sad about it. You're going to be angry about it. You're going to have strong feelings about that. When you're grown, if you are in a position to do it, you go get another ice cream cone and you handle your business. When you're a child and that happens, that is the biggest moment in your life right then, and you will have an emotional reaction that will be a public scene until you're taught not to. So the emotion is a natural thing. The feelings that you have are natural human things, but we have to learn how to manage those feelings, and that's what's really helped me as a parent. Look at my child when maybe they're getting under my skin because they're not being patient. I have to remind myself it's my job to teach them how to be patient and to put them back on track to do that. And when I look at how Donald Trump handled what happened in November of 2020, I don't think he handled his emotions well, but that doesn't mean that his emotions were unwarranted. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't, if I were him, be inside out furious about how everything went down, that I wouldn't be questioning everything, that I wouldn't feel like people were out to get me, because good grief, people were out to get him and they still are. But the way he handled it cost us more than it would have if he would have handled it in a better way. And having a Republican majority, if we would have won one of those seats, just one of those seats, if he wouldn't have been out there telling people that the system is rigged and your vote doesn't matter in Georgia, it cost us the Senate. And it's, like I said, the slim majority of Republicans in the House this week showed you that matters. We have to get the Senate back. We have to get the presidency back. But I'll take the House and the Senate. If I got to choose something less than the best case scenario, the Congress, we have to see what's going on right now and do better. And we need people who are going to lead us in that direction, and are going to do it in a positive way. I'm open to whomever that might be. All right. No other way to do this other than to just go straight to it. YouTube live chat poll. Which checkout lane do you prefer? Actually, it's probably the most on point thing we could do for this segment. That way we covered it all. Are you a self-checkout person, or are you going to the cashier? It's in the Annie Frey YouTube channel. Go there, check it out, and vote. Leave a comment if you want to. Hannah will feature those throughout the course of the show. Jamie Lissow on the Annie Frey Show when we come back.
Get along while we can always give love. This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
Sing a song, make a friend, can't we all get along?
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything. When you feel like your head is completely clogged, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep.
Hey,
and the
y'all,
pressure,
can you hear me right
it's just
now?
not fun, always walking around with a headache.
Now,
The
her issues
number
are gone.
is
How? A minimally invasive
11.
procedure done
Type
in the office
11
of
if
St.
you can
Louis
hear me.
Sinus Centers
Brad
called
Hot Mic.
balloon sinuplasty.
I really did not know what it was like to
Can you
feel
hear
like
me?
you're really
If you
breathing.
can hear me,
and
type
not
11.
being so clogged up. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would
11.
definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, congestion? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with St. Louis Sinus Centers. Call 314-332-2885. 314-332-2885. That's 314-332-2885.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan, president of McKelvey Homes. Founded in 1898, McKelvey Homes is celebrating 125 years with our inventory home sale. Get $12,500 off of all our market homes. Move in quick, lock in your interest rate, and get all the popular features and colors selected by design professionals. And for every home sold, McKelvey Homes will donate $1,898 to Dravet Syndrome Foundation. Visit McKelveyHomes.com.
When you have Rhino Shield on your house, it does a couple of things for you. It beautifies the house, and it protects it from the harshest elements. And boy, do we see those here in the greater St. Louis area. You get instant curb appeal. It will stick to anything. Rhino Shield is the answer, no matter whether you're painting a home or a church or a business or a condo, because it's 100% waterproof. It takes care of the outdoor maintenance on whatever is on the outside of your home. The brick, the block, aluminum, steel, stucco. They can put this on with the 2 to 3 coat process. They're there about a week, and they do a great job. A lot of businesses have done it in the area. Several Firestones have done that. Vantage Credit Union over the years. Harlan Packaging down in DeSoto. Call Darren today and schedule your free estimate. 877-25-RHINO. Easy to remember phone number. Or go online today at 877-25-RHINO.com.
This is Tom Ackerman. Thank you, St. Louis, for giving more. When you round up for Ronald McDonald House Charities at McDonald's, you provide services to seriously ill children and their families when they need it most. Round Up, a giving program available at St. Louis area McDonald's restaurants where customers can round up to the nearest dollar and donate their additional change to help keep families close. Is anyone surprised that St. Louis has raised over $2.2 million through Roundup for Ronald McDonald House Charities just last year, and leads the nation? St. Louis leads the nation with over $5 million raised since 2019 when this program began. The generosity from the St. Louis community. Roundup at McDonald's has allowed Ronald McDonald House to renovate 3 family rooms in local children's hospitals since 2021. More than 27,000 visitors use these rooms each year. Visit them online, rmhcstl.com.
Now, your Live Nation lineup.
Don't miss these upcoming shows. Darius Rucker, St. Louis Music Park, August 12th. Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks, GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium, August 19th. Guns N' Roses, Busch Stadium, September 9th. Aerosmith at Enterprise Center, October 26th. And Metallica, the Dome at America's Center, November 3rd and November 5th.
For tickets and info, hit up LiveNation.com.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Save up to 20% on a new HVAC system when you bundle it with attic insulation. 9 out of 10 homes are under-insulated. For a free estimate on attic insulation, visit aircomfortservice.com.
If you're as thankful to your first responders as we are, then nominate a local department and let us feed them a great meal. Compliments of Grill Master Tony Stone. Mark Cox here. Visit 971talk.com/contests. Help us feed our first responders. You can nominate someone today.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show on St. Louis's home for conservative talk. Follow Annie on Twitter @Annie Frey Show.
Why is the military and the government not just being honest with us? Why are they overclassifying it? Why aren't they being transparent?
They keep telling us they don't exist, but they block every opportunity for us to get a hold of the information to prove that they do exist. And we're going to get to the bottom of it, dadgummit, whatever the truth may be. We're done with the cover-up.
They're talking about UFOs. Dadgummit. That's how you know they're serious. Anytime UFOs come into the conversation, it makes me really want to look at the things that we're not talking about because we're talking about UFOs. Let's talk to our friend Jamie Lissow. He joins us. He's an actor and a comedian. You see him on Gutfeld. He's been to St. Louis. He's one of the funniest guys out there. Jamie, thanks for coming back on with us. Good to have you here.
Yeah, what's up, Annie? What's up, everybody?
I heard you got a puppy. Is that true? Did you get a new puppy?
It's so funny you're saying that. I was going to say as a disclaimer, if at any time during this call I say stop biting my pants, I'm not talking to you guys.
Good. Yes, that's true. You are not here in the studio with us. What's it like having a new puppy? You've had kids. Are puppies or babies more difficult?
You know what? I would say the puppy who is running around in front of me right now is definitely easier because I can say whatever I want and she won't tell their mom. You know?
Yeah, as far as you know. I think that they have very different challenges, but our dog that we have right now, her name's Rosie, and we got her 7 years ago, and I forgot how difficult they actually are. I wanted to ask you about the UFOs. They're talking about UFOs in Washington, D.C. This subject comes back and is peak distraction, in my opinion. Are you in Alaska right now?
I'm in Alaska right now.
You guys see some crazy things in the skies up there in Alaska. You believe in UFOs?
We do. I think there's probably, well, let me say this. If there were UFOs, the government would not tell us. And I say that because I used to work at Arby's and we kept secrets. You know, there were things we didn't tell people. So isn't it kind of funny that there was so much? Do you remember it was like 2 years ago? They said the government was like, hey, we've been lying to you for years. There are UFOs. And everyone was like, okay, where's my toilet paper? Like, nobody cared. Like, it's always, I'm with you. I think it's always a distraction. I'm scared. Like, I don't want to know.
UFOs did come up during COVID, didn't they?
They did.
In the middle. I mean, that's how you know there's something big going on that they don't want you to pay attention to. Look, when you see the congressional hearings taking place this week, one of them is putting the Biden family kind of front and center. The other one is talking about the censorship of people who might, dare go onto the internet and big tech and say something that the fat cats don't like. Are you going to trust your government to provide you the right information as well with what's going on extraterrestrially?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't believe anything. I think that they're just trying to distract us, but I think they're learning that they might have to go bigger, right? We don't care about the UFO. They're going to have to come out with like hey, the Kardashian is dating someone new. Pete Davidson, we have a mold of his penis. They're going to have to go stronger because I don't think anyone – I feel like this debate has been going on for so long about these I saw this documentary. This might make me sound crazy, but I saw this documentary that said that when you hear about like UFO abductions, like you hear like a guy in, Alabama by the way, that guy saying dadgummit when talking about the aliens, they're going to just leave and not talk to us because of the way that loser talks.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Let's use some real language. Yeah, but like I think they need to they need bigger things to distract us. I just don't think we care. I just don't think we're ever going to really know, like I don't know. It's very it's all very mysterious. I'd like to see one. I would like there to be how you guys were talking about, did you talk about the self-checkout? Yeah, I was listening to your show. And
we haven't. Do you have a strong preference? Are you a self-checkout person or a cashier-operated checkout person?
I'm going to go one step further. I get a little bit annoyed that when I leave a grocery store, there's someone with a name tag getting paid an hourly wage watching me do their job. Do you know what I mean? Just literally,
supervising.
I am the
That's
one.
your supervisor.
They're supervising. Yeah, they're like and it's also, am I a terrible person that every once in a while, I feel like I'm pretty honest. Every once in a while, if I'm working at the grocery store, if this is my job, every once in a while I'm going to ring up some organic broccoli crowns as regular broccoli crowns. Okay, that's my fee.
And it's how could you possibly know? How much training have you had?
I've had no training, and also I self-check out. I would like to go my whole life without seeing any other human beings, if possible. I will go one step further and go, I will Instacart things to my door. And I just want to open the door like it's a portal to food and it just appears. I don't want to talk to anybody.
I'm 100% with you. And I do think there's a sort of generational divide on expectations. And it's funny. We have a lot of boomers who are listening to the show. So boomers, I'm saying this with love, but I feel like you're owed something by the cashier. I want to get out of there as fast as I can. And I am 99.5% sure that I can check myself out faster than the cashier who is going to be there till 5 p.m. anyway. I got places to go. I want to get out of there. I'm right there with you. Self-checkout all the way.
100%. I had to stand in a regular line the other day, and I was like, is it 1930? Like, what is happening? Why is this taking so long? And I think they think we're dumb, though, because if you noticed on the self-checkout, it will say you can type in the PLU number if the barcode doesn't work. And then there's a button that actually says shop by picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there are some people going like, oh, green, circular. There it is.
Inorganic broccoli. Do you really buy organic broccoli?
Yes, I do. I do buy organic broccoli. I don't know what the rules are. I don't know if I would love a world. I the other day went to a gas station and there's not one car in the parking lot. And I go, and I'm like, oh my God. And it's this gas station where there's not one person working there. And you go in, you get your stuff, and you leave. And I was talking to my friend, I'm up in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, this is amazing. I go, I went to that new gas station where, like, it's all automated. And it turns out I just robbed the gas station. It's not automated at all. I guess I just went in there. Someone was on a lunch break.
In the bathroom. It's just like one of those new democratic programs. Just take what you need and leave. Jamie Lissow with us right now, actor and comedian. You've seen him in St. Louis when he's brought his show here and he travels the country and you see him on Gutfeld. I got to ask you this question. I asked Tyrus this question yesterday, but I got to know if you think that the cocaine in the White House story is an important story or if it's just kind of rises to the top because it's pretty salacious. We cared about the cocaine in the White House and then we didn't. What do you think about it?
Hey, I'm so glad you asked me this. I'm so glad you asked me because I think I might have a problem here and I might be on the wrong side on this one because I always gravitate towards entertainment over information and importance. When I heard cocaine White House, I said, I would like to talk about this for the whole hour on Gutfeld. I love the fun stories, Right. And I have so many theories about this cocaine. Because first of all, I was like, people were like, oh, it's hunters. Like that's the obvious, that's the obvious person to accuse. And I was like, the only way I could see that, it was not that much cocaine, unless Hunter got a phone call, he stood up, and that's just how much fell out of his nose. I just don't believe that it's his. I also don't believe it's his because I am not a drug person at all. I may have done cocaine once when I was in college, but if anyone's ever done cocaine, the correct dosage is the rest of it. And so
I did ask the question, who forgets their cocaine? Like, how do you forget it and leave it behind? You can't be that experienced.
You can't be. And every time I leave the house, I go phone, wallet, keys, cocaine. And you got to make sure you remember that stuff. And then I thought to myself,
as a non-drug person.
As a non-drug person, could it be Biden's cocaine? And then I started thinking, oh my God, if this is Biden, please tell me this is not Biden's cocaine. Because if this is how productive this man is on cocaine, what happens if he runs out of cocaine? What are we looking at? And then it could be then that day after, remember after the cocaine thing, Kamala Harris was in an interview and they asked her, do you remember this? They go, what does culture mean? Did you guys play that? Do you remember that?
Yeah, clip? I couldn't possibly, and I'd be disappointed if I could quote it back to you. It's just
so she basically said, she didn't quote it to us when she said it. Like it was the most confusing. They go, what is culture? And she goes like, oh, it's the moment in time and it's some time of a moment and we have culture. And my problem with a lot of these interviewers is they just let that go. They just let her ramble on. They nod. There's never a follow-up. Like if I was the interviewer, I would go, what is culture? She gave her answer. I would ask I think a very a really astute follow-up that would be, what the F are you talking about? Or what are all those other words mean that you just said?
Yeah. That is about the only follow-up. Excuse me, what? Yeah. Can you say that again in English? Jamie, what do you have going right now? I know that you're traveling all over the place all the time, but you're a super busy guy. And for folks at home who haven't connected to you on Instagram, I highly recommend it.
Oh, thank you. And yeah, I don't know if you saw, I was watching Kamala, and they had like someone for hearing impaired in the corner, and the woman was just shrugging. So...
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram. Lots of puppy pics coming up.
It's kind of like self-checkout version of translating there. It's like, I just know what I know, and I don't know what I don't know, and you can't expect me to do better than this.
Yes, with this administration, it's a complete checkout. I think that's what's happened.
Yeah.
Everybody's checked out.
Before I let you go, Jamie Lissow with us right now. Give us your prediction on the nominees for the Democrat Party and the Republican Party. Who you got?
Oh God, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
No
I don't
stab
know
in the
if
dark?
I don't know if I could say. What did you guys think about? Can I say a quick RFK?
Yeah.
Just a little. So, I like this man, right? And like, I hope he's still in the conversation. I hope DeSantis is in the conversation. I hope because one of my favorite things about RFK, again, I'm guilty of going towards the entertainment, right? We're not going to see Biden with his shirt off doing push-ups. Do you know what I mean? So I think that would be a fun thing to watch. Did you see that video where RFK does like 7 push-ups?
Yeah.
You know?
In his jeans.
In his jeans.
He didn't have on joggers. He had on jeans.
He had on jeans, which is just very embarrassing. And I'll tell you something, though. How old is he? Is he like 70?
Yeah, I think he's about 70.
I'll tell you the truth, though. If I can do 7 push-ups when I'm 70,
for sure,
I'll be very disappointed.
Yeah. 7?
Only? 7 push-ups is not a lot. I heard Biden came out. Do you know Biden has like a RFK? I'm a big fan because of his. I have a morning routine. I love that he has a morning routine. And then Biden comes out and he goes, "Hey, I got one too." Did you know Biden has a morning routine? He wakes up every morning. He does 10 sets of "Where am I's," and then he the staffer comes in. He goes, "Hey, sir, you're in the you're in the White House. This is the president's bedroom." And he goes, "Well, geez, we better get out of here before he gets back."
and that's just a Tuesday. That's great.
That's
Jamie,
right.
Jamie, we love having you on here. Thanks for being with us. And
I love you guys.
Well,
I couldn't wait to talk to you. And I've been listening to your show for like the last hour since I woke up, and it's super enjoyable. You guys have a great show. It's a great way to wake up. I was on Twitter watching it.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. People can follow you at Jamie_Lissow. And you're going to be coming back to St. Louis. Is that in the works yet? I know you've been here a couple times.
Yeah, we try to go places like once a year. I made an except my puppy just escaped. If I sound distracted,
no, you better go. What's
literally
the puppy's name?
Just escaped. I swear to God, I have a fence. I don't know how she did it. I don't know if there's a UFO.
What's her name?
I don't know what happened. Her name is Ruby.
Oh, that's my niece's name. That's so cute.
Is it? So cute. By the way, real quick theory on puppies and babies. If puppies and babies were not cute, there would be no dogs or people.
That's true. That is
the
for
cuteness
sure. I have
what
4
makes
children.
Us put up with all this stuff.
Yes.
That's right.
You get to the middle of the night and you're like, you're so cute. You're a lucky little. Yep, I know 100% about it. Jamie,
like, can you imagine if your baby, like a child, like a toddler, did some of the things toddlers do, but just had like an ugly, weathered adult face?
No, I haven't yet imagined that, but now I'm going to.
Like you make a macaroni and cheese and they just spit it on the floor. Adult face, you're like, get out of my house.
With like a 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah,
that's part of the writer's strike. Saying don't do that in movies anymore. Stop.
Smoking a cigar. Oh, man. Jamie, we love you. Thanks for being here with us. We'll do it again.
You too. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Take care. Actor and comedian, writer and producer, and a regular guest on Gutfeld. When he is on Gutfeld, I stop and watch what I like the show as a whole, but he's a showstopper for me. And I laugh out loud every time.
He comes up with material so fast. It's really impressive.
And he gets me because I know, like, he baits me, and I know that he's going there.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it in his eyes.
And then I'm like, God dang it, he did it again.
Yeah, you can see it's coming when he like he's setting you up, and you're like, all right, I'll go with you. Where you going? I'm going.
Yeah, we talked a lot more about cocaine on this show than we generally do today, but it's news.
Yeah, it's not our fault.
It's not our cocaine either.
It's the president's fault.
It is we're his sons or somebody. We don't have any idea. We don't know.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, to be or not to be, Ryan Wiggins will give us the question, and we will have to find out whether or not these headlines of news stories are real or not. Are they the Babylon Bee, or is this real life? I don't know. We'll find out when we come back.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Instagram at The Annie Frey Show.
Foods.com, where the Frey family goes to shop to save money on our grocery bill with 6 people in the house. The grocery bill is frequent and it is large. And when you go to Ruler Foods, save money. If you shop at Ruler Foods right now, you have the opportunity to donate and help your local heroes. Which heroes? Your first responders, your firefighters, your policemen. They are out working in the ridiculous heat that we've had here recently. You can help hydrate your heroes with Ruler Foods. If you stop by, if you've got stuff that you want to donate already or you purchase it somewhere else, they're going to take that. But they also have really great sales on hydration for you, for your own home, and to leave a little bit behind for your local heroes. Powerade body armor. They have a Splash Blast flavored water, Gatorades, and Kroger 24 packs of water, $2.99. It's a great deal. Go to your local Ruler Foods and start saving on your grocery bill, but also use this as an opportunity to give back to your community. And I think it's really great that if you go to your local Ruler Foods, it's going to go to help your local first responders, firefighters, and policemen. Help hydrate your heroes. It's going through August 12th, so get there right now and participate in something positive. The closest Ruler Foods to you, easy to find at rulerfoods.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Hi, I'm Tom Connors. Went to Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar February 6, 2019. Nothing worked before. Left there and never smoked again. Amazing. Easy, affordable, and guaranteed. A year later, with my wife Michelle, attended Mark Patrick's weight loss seminar. She lost 18 pounds, and I lost 43 in 8 weeks.
It's true. He smoked 2 packs a day, and nothing worked until Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Now we're losing weight together, eating healthy, full on half the food. Crazy. Enjoying exercising. Who would have believed Mark Patrick Hypnosis really works?
It's amazing. I can breathe again. My blood pressure went down, and I've got so much energy.
So much energy.
And look great.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed early bird specials at $49.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings. That's right. Seminar Saturday, August 5th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites St. Louis Airport in St. Louis. Or Sunday, August 6th at the 4 Points by Sheraton St. Louis Fairview Heights in Fairview Heights. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
St. Louis physician Dr. Abicki created Neovitin 15 years ago to help support his own nutrition when he needed it most. Since then, Neovitin has helped thousands of people support their daily nutrition with sensible doses of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and Dr. Abicki's proprietary blend. If you're ready to join many St. Louisans in supporting their nutrition, give Neovitin a try. You can find Neovitin at your local Schnucks, Dierbergs, and online at neovitin.com.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how to link to the market without the risk. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go online to retirementkey.com.
YouTube live chat poll of the day is an important one. We really want to know, which checkout lane do you prefer? Is it cashier-operated or self-service? You don't have the option of saying whichever one's first like we did yesterday. You have to say one of those two, Cashier-Operated or self-service. It's the Annie Frey Show YouTube live chat poll of the day. It's 12:49 right now. This live chat. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Conservative solutions, objective conclusions. For news and opinion, this is St. Louis's home for conservative talk. 97.1 FM Talk.
Subscribe.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
And do your pirouette in rhythm with your aching heart.
Hey, ruined it.
Enjoying that. I was rather enjoying it.
I was rather enjoying it.
Pirouette, releve.
The bee or not the bee.
Thank you.
It's just A+
We're
radio
doing well.
today. Yeah,
We're doing well.
It's a good thing
It's
it's Friday. What would this look like Saturday?
To Saturday, it would look like we were listening to Purity Products.
Anywho.
So, the bee or not the bee is a great segment because I've got a whole bunch of headlines here that might be real or might be fake. They might be from the Babylon Bee.
Let's go.
You guys have to tell me whether you think this is real or fake. The first one. Scientist warns that within 6 months, humanity will run out of things to call racist.
I'm saying B.
That's definitely the B.
You sure?
I think it's the B.
Quote, at this current rate of coming up with new things that are racist, warned racism scientist Frank Green.
For sure.
We'll run out of new things to call racist by the end of this year.
No.
Anti-racism activists
Hey,
met
2024 is looking up, though.
Yeah, that's very true.
There's an upside.
I'm just reporting the news. I don't have an opinion. Anti-racism activists met this news with both fear and denial. Quote, running out of new things to call racist would be devastating, said activist Brooks Snyder. Quote, just make up names. Quote, I mean, you'll only get attention if you come up with something no one knows is racist. You can't just say things like ethnic slurs are racist. Everyone knows that. Benny Malone, though, is one of those skeptical of the warning from scientists. He says, quote, we'll always be able to find new things that are racist. Oh, okay. Just watch me.
Watch me.
All right, that's the first one, and you are correct. That is the Babylon Bee. How about this one, though? Janet Yellen consumes psychedelic mushrooms in China.
Real.
I haven't heard that story, but she was just in China. I think it's believable.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen may have been tripping balls when she fervently bowed before a Chinese official last week after the 76-year-old ate 4 portions of Jian Shaoqing. Yellen
Did you practice that?
No. I'm a pro.
Is that how you pronounce it for real, though?
I have no idea. It's written in characters I've never seen before. Yellen nipped into a casual Beijing restaurant right after landing on July 6th, where she apparently exhibited excellent skills with her chopsticks.
True?
That's a real story.
From?
CNN and Zero Hedge.
Wow.
Ooh, Zero Hedge.
Mm-hmm.
Legit.
Zero Hedge is quoting CNN a lot. But that is a real story. They think she actually ate psychedelics and didn't know it. And that's maybe why she was bowing in China.
What if she fixed everything in the process?
Well, that'd be great. I think you'd send her back and pump her full of narcotics.
No. More narcotic talk. Man, this hour.
What if it was her cocaine?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Janet Yellen.
Janet, the CIA and the Secret Service have determined that the cocaine belonged to Janet Yellen. All right, next one. Climate activists glue their hands on airport runway, might need amputation.
I bet that's real.
I think it's real, too.
Sounds like something stupid they do.
The protests follow in the footsteps of renowned climate activist Greta Thunberg, who gained attention for her powerful speech challenging world leaders at the United Nations, exclaiming, "How dare you?" In an act of civil disobedience, members of the group accessed airport runways and firmly attached their hands using a mixture of concrete and epoxy resin This extreme method serves as a demonstration of the activists' frustration with authorities' lack of action on climate change, symbolically sacrificing their own hands.
Is this real?
To showcase their resentment. It is real.
It's not funny enough to be the bee.
No, it's not. It's from the Times of India. That's a real story.
It's really sad.
Yeah, they apparently know that they're going to maybe lose their hands.
Oh.
And they're willing to lose them for climate science.
It's dedication.
Next one.
Okay.
Doctors encouraged by how well Biden's sleeping without CPAP machine.
Real.
I'm going to just dissent for the sake of dissent.
You're going to say it's a B?
B, yeah.
Quote, he's really sleeping better even during important meetings, unquote. Said physician Kevin O'Connor, the president's physician. Well, when I saw him zonk out while speaking with the Israeli president, I knew he was showing real signs of improvement with his natural sleeping ability. Shoot, he may be even feeding himself here before you know it.
Oh, no.
The White House sources were quick to deny Biden was sleeping during the meeting. The president's doctors were privately encouraged. Quote, yeah, I know they're trying to claim he wasn't asleep, said Dr. O'Connor, but let's be real. What else was he doing? Praying? Resting his eyes? Please. I'm just glad he's getting better rest.
Oh. Do you have pity for him?
Yeah.
Is there a human pity?
Yeah, but he's also the leader of the free world, and my pity ends at about that doorstep.
Do you have pity for him?
A little bit, yeah.
I certainly do.
Let's see if we can squeeze this one in. Colleges announced they will offer gender studies course credits for sitting through Barbie movie.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I'm calling it the B. I think
that's real.
The release of the Barbie movie comes at a welcome time for incoming students. Quote, I'll do my best to sit through it, said freshman Greg Tudor. Quote, I'll take whatever credits I can get, even if it means watching this dumpster fire. At least it's got Margot Robbie in it, but I heard she's just a mid now, so I don't know.
This has to be.
That's the B.
The B. I was just saying, nobody says that.
That's the B. At publishing time, the first batch of students testing out the college's credit offer for watching the movie failed to complete the task, with all of them sprinting out of the theater screaming before the movie was over.
I don't want the credit.
Keep it. Yeah, that's it. Do we have time for one more?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay. Last one. Let's see. Conservative. No, I got two more. Yes. Conservative dismayed to wake up and find out he has to defend Jason Aldean's music.
Oh, that's a tough one because I get it. I which I did yesterday. I said
I know.
I don't. Well, I'm not a huge Jason Aldean fan, but I wasn't angry at him like everybody else is, and now I'm like, all right, okay.
Yeah, it's the B, but there's a lot of truth in it.
Okay.
It says, not really what I signed up for, said staunch conservative voter Mike Hester. I'm all for standing up for traditional American values and fighting to preserve the foundation this country was built on, but when it comes to voicing support for Jason Aldean's music, oof, that's a big ask. Hester was quick to point out his support for the overall message of the song. Oh, I totally agree with what the song is trying to say, he explained. I don't think the stuff that happens in big cities would happen if it was attempted in small-town America, but, it's a country song by Jason Aldean. So I have to grit my teeth when I defend it. Yeah, all right, last one. Trump campaign hoping to lock up GOP nomination with third indictment.
I think that's real.
That's Babylon B.
Quote, yes, we are aware that every time we indict him, he gets more popular, said a source within Attorney General Merrick Garland's office, but we're absolutely certain this is the one that will work. Honestly, we can't actually beat him legitimately, so continually firing out these indictments is really all we have. The former president expressed confidence both in his chances against the new indictment as well as his odds of a re-election, saying on Truth Social, quote, these indictments give me strength. I eat them for breakfast with my Egg McMuffins.
Is that
they nourish
not something he would say?
Nom, 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 feed me more, MAGA. You're right. That was the B.
Oh.
Surprise, surprise.
Ask Us Anything in the next segment, X's and O's at 2 o'clock. You can rewind to Jamie Lissow at 12:25. We'll be right back.
This is it. The final days, the final hours of Diamonds Direct's Midsummer Store-Wide Savings Event. Time is running out on this incredible buying opportunity. You have until Saturday at 6 p.m. to shop in-store and get 20% savings on virtually everything. Exclusive trunk shows all weekend with world-renowned designers in-store. Save an extra 20% off rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, even engagement ring mountings. Don't miss this once-a-year store-wide event. Hurry, sale ends Saturday. Get all the details now at diamondsdirect.com.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. Over the past decade, Coalition Life has served thousands of women in crisis pregnancies, helping to save the lives of the children they carry. Help us build a better community while also reducing or completely eliminating your Missouri taxes with a 70% tax credit. A $1,000 donation today to help these women could cost you as little as $141 out of pocket. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com. Thank you.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio, 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Controlling the rollout of artificial intelligence. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. 7 of the companies investing the most in AI, including Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and Meta, are agreeing to voluntary steps aimed at addressing safety and security concerns.
The companies have an obligation to make sure their technology is safe before releasing it to the public. That means testing the capabilities of their systems, assessing their potential risk, and making the results of these assessments public.
President Biden announcing the plan, which includes watermarks to help identify AI-generated material. The grandson of former President John F. Kennedy is endorsing President Biden's re-election bid.
He is in the middle of becoming the greatest progressive president we've ever had.
Jack Schlossberg citing investments in infrastructure and green energy while criticizing his cousin, Robert Kennedy Jr.'s candidacy as an embarrassment. RFK Jr. is one of 2 Biden challengers for the Democratic nomination. Schlossberg is Caroline Kennedy's son and an attorney who posted a video on Instagram. Former President Trump now has dates for 2 trials.
Judge Eileen Cannon has ordered an unprecedented federal trial for May 20th in Fort Pierce, Florida, in a case brought by special counsel Jack Smith over the handling of classified documents by former President Trump. The May start date is later than prosecutors had wanted, arguing the trial should begin in mid-December. Attorneys for the former president requested a delay until after the 2024 election.
Fox's Jared Halpern. In that case, Trump has pleaded not guilty to 37 counts. He was already scheduled for a March trial in a New York City case over hush money payments. Just getting reports, President Biden has chosen a female admiral to lead the U.S. Navy. Lisa Franchetti would be the first woman on the Joint Chiefs of Staff, a senior administration official telling the Associated Press the choice is based in part on her broad scope of experience, but the president understands the historic nature of the nomination. America is listening to Fox News.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Here's something you've never heard before.
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Introducing 24/7 Lifeguard Protection, only from Simply Safe Home Security. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. Advanced Home Security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Delightful July weather as we go through our Friday afternoon. Partly sunny skies, low humidity, and tiny chance of a spot storm. 82 for the high today. Tonight, clear skies, 70s for evening plans. How about a cool 61 degrees? Saturday, sunny, nice, low humidity, 85. Sunday, partly sunny. A little warmer, a little more humid Sunday afternoon, so a chance of a spot storm at 88. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
A people, a state of mind, all in one. It's Wiggins America, and it's every Saturday from 6 to 8 a.m. and Sunday evenings from 5 to 7. So stamp your passport.
Hello?
Wiggins
Can you guys
America,
hear me?
97.1
If you can hear me,
FM
type
Talk.
the number.
This is a special alert to all
let's just
Americans
do
who
Ryan
own a
Wiggins'
vehicle with
age,
less than
57.
200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-652-5241 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-652-5241. That's 800-652-5241. What do you have to lose? Call 800-652-5241. Again, 800-652-5241.
With a local company that gives back to the community.
It matters to
Window
me.
World is the preferred window of your St. Louis Blues. Mark Cox
All
here
right,
for my
let's
friends out at Window World. What a great product. A lifetime warranty. It covers all the parts, the glass breakage, the labor. You've heard me say that before. And they've been around for over 20 years. They have improved the look and the efficiency of over 70,000 homes in the greater St. Louis area. They have the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. That's hard to get, right? And that's important. They're ranked number one in the number of windows sold in the country by Qualified Remodeler magazine. Call them for a free estimate. Let them show you why they say simply the best for less. New doors, new windows. With Window World, they're now offering 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit. 314-993-1800. That's 314-993-1800. Or you can go online anytime to windowworld.com.
I stopped smoking with Mark Patrick's hypnosis when nothing else worked. 1 year later, my wife Michelle and I attended the Mark Patrick weight loss hypnosis seminar. In 2 months, lost 43 pounds, and she lost 18 pounds. And we feel great.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed early bird specials at $49.99. Seminar Saturday, August 5th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites St. Louis Airport in St. Louis. Or Sunday, August 6th at the 4 Points by Sheraton St. Louis Fairview Heights in Fairview Heights. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m.
We all know about the speed of sound, but have you ever thought about the sounds of speeding? Drive too fast and you could hear the sound of your vehicle crashing, because one way or another, speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Save up to 20% on a new HVAC system when you bundle it with attic insulation. 9 out of 10 homes are under insulated. For a free estimate on attic insulation, visit aircomfortservice.com.
This hour of the Annie Frey Show is brought to you by Ruler Foods. Low prices, no coupons. Ruler Foods.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong. I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
So, did you hear the news today? We lost Tony Bennett.
The great and legendary singer Tony Bennett died overnight. This according to his publicist. Mr. Bennett was 96 years old. Of course, he became a star in the 1950s, back at a time when rock and roll was just beginning, even though he was no rock and roller. He made it instead with big, easy listening hits like I Left My Heart in San Francisco, and then he kept it up for more than 60 years. He even made a final lasting impression with a series of duets. I'm sure you've seen him with Lady Gaga before finally retiring a few years ago. And of course, he also developed Alzheimer's late in life. But gosh, people are going to be playing his music today.
Oh, Tony Bennett. I love Tony Bennett's voice. Is a perfect example to me of somebody who I have loved and adored. And then all of a sudden he came out and was super political. I think it was specifically because of Donald Trump.
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. Not a Trump fan. And I was like, do I have to like Tony Bennett less? And I was like, no, I don't have to like Tony Bennett less. I don't like him for his political opinions. I like him for his fantastic voice. Don't we have to get to the point where as consumers, we get back to consuming things in this country? I mean, it's back and forth. I did a YouTube short on this yesterday, but the idea of boycotting and boycotting, and so many people who are out there streaming, I've had multiple people tell me that they have been playing Jason Aldean's song on repeat somewhere that they are not around.
Just to make a point.
Yeah, for sure, just to make a point. So I don't know how yesterday's YouTube live chat poll was, who's bigger, the activist left or the activist right? It's not who's louder. It's who's bigger, because it seems to me like the activist left is definitely louder. They won't stop talking. But the activist right is sitting there going, I don't want to. Okay, fine. And then they get involved. And then it's in some cases, it feels like it's dead to me. And the question I had coming out of that poll that we had up yesterday on YouTube, which is bigger, is what is the point? And I'm not asking this in a negative way. I'm just saying, like, what is the desired outcome when you stop going to Target and you had to actually change your behavior to stop going to Target? If you're not a Target shopper, if you're a Walmart shopper, or if you just order everything off Amazon or whatever the case might be, if you don't have to stop going to Target, you can't boycott Target.
Right.
I don't drink beer. I can't boycott Bud Light. I wasn't drinking Bud Light. I can't boycott it. Isn't the best outcome of all of these things for these big corporations to say, we hear you?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's the point, is that they just acknowledge that conservatives do exist and actually care about the morality that your store is preaching to us.
I actually think it's more refined than that, because I was watching I think it was a Turning Points USA. There's a man on the street thing, and it had to do with Bud Light. They were going to all these people at this conference that was taking place, and what does it mean to drink Bud Light, and what would it take for you to drink Bud Light again? And they were all saying nothing. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to drink it. And then they all started saying, he asked the question, if Donald Trump gave you a Bud Light to drink, would you drink it? And they were all like, yeah, I'd drink it. And then one of them said they should put Donald Trump's face on a can. Like, what if they came out with a can? What if they came out with 2 cans? Just to be like over the top. You could buy your Donald Trump Bud Lights and your Joe Biden Bud Lights.
There were sodas that did that.
Well, I mean, maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't, but do you think Donald Trump, who, by the way, gets sponsorship money from Anheuser-Busch, the Trumps, Don Jr., also came out and said, this is not what we want to do. We don't want to cancel Anheuser-Busch. We don't want to cancel Bud Light. Take that for whatever you will. But the Trumps are not interested in crushing and demolishing and destroying Anheuser-Busch. I am not either. But I want a lesson to be learned. And the lesson is, and this really, really hit home for me while I was watching this video early this morning. One of the people said, when you are drinking a Bud Light, you are making a statement. And I thought, you know what? That's it. Because before the Dylan Mulvaney campaign, you were just drinking Bud Light. It's like, from what I understand and what I gather, a beer that doesn't really, ironically, offend anybody as far as choice of beer goes. It's an easy beer to have for the family get-togethers or whatever it might be. If you're having a party at your house, you can get Bud Light, people drink that. But it's Bud Light. It's just an American beer. And then they decided to make that beer can be a statement. Now, what do they have to do? Can they go back to where you're just drinking a beer again? Not immediately, but they could probably get there. They just have to be willing, though. And I don't, as a consumer, want to see Bud Light come out and stand side by side with conservatives. I don't want to see Target come stand side by side with conservatives. I don't want Ben and Jerry, and that's like a total pipe dream. Ben and Jerry's exists pretty much for liberal purposes. It's kind of bizarre. I don't need Ben and Jerry's to be like, we love conservatives. I want all of these people to say, here is our product. It's the best. You should buy it. End scene. I don't want it to be about politics. I don't want everything that I consume or every service that I utilize to have to be a statement. It's exhausting. And you can go through pretty much everything. You could suggest that the car you drive is a political statement, which is really funny when you think about Tesla. You could talk about the soda you drink. You could talk about the chicken sandwich that you eat. You could talk about everything, the shoes you wear, the athleisure you wear, the jeans you wear. Everything has a political lean behind it. And you're like, but I really just like these jeans. They just are the jeans that I want to wear. And I don't want to have to not wear these jeans that nobody's paying attention to what I'm doing anyway because of some perceived cultural shift that I am required to participate in. I want these corporations and these companies, big and small, to just be like, we just really want to make great jeans that you want to buy. Done. Like, that's kind of the way American capitalism used to exist. They make a lot of money. They give back to charities. You can participate or you cannot participate. But what companies would maybe financially support, maybe they invest in veterans affairs. Maybe they invest in, children care or adoption or whatever the case might be. They do that, and you could research that, and you can know that, and you can act accordingly. But now they're like, no, you need to know what our values are so that when you drink our beer, you can make sure that everybody knows that our values are your values, but your values are our values. And it's like, but I just wanted a beer.
Yeah, I would argue that that's actually the same way American capitalism is still that way. It's just that up until this year, corporations have all, especially top down, thought that that's the way America is because they mostly exist in big cities, West Coast, East Coast. They think this is the way America is. We're just trying to find what the pulse is, and we're just going to sit right on it. They think DEI is normal. They think there's no pushback until now. This is the first time there's been any pushback.
I don't think there's a majority of people who think DEI is normal. I think that the loudest people who want to dramatically, fundamentally transform the way this country is functioning are willing to be the loud people in the room. And I think that this country is actually filled with a lot of nice, polite people who just don't want to get involved with all of these battles that at the end of the day are all on top of paying the bills, filling the gas tank, getting the kids from point A to point B, making sure that the presentation gets done, trying to do your best every single day at life. And then it's like, oh, I have to be exhausted about the shoes that are on my feet now. I have to make sure that the sign is in my yard that says hate has no home here, because the obvious conclusion, if I don't put the sign, is hate resides here. It's so stupid. And Americans know it's stupid. And my opinion is that the activist right, which is kind of what I said yesterday, the activist right is much larger in numbers. They take longer to get motivated because they're trying really hard not to. But once they're activated, it's kind of hard to stop. And I don't know where these boycotts stop. I wish that there was somebody on the right side of the aisle trying to advocate for getting back to the idea where just make your good or service. It's like when we're talking about Supreme Court justices nominees, the left is they're always putting these activist progressives on the court. And what I hear a lot of people on the right say is we just want constitutionalists. And sometimes that doesn't go the way politically a right side of the aisle person wants it to go, but the Constitution has to reign supreme. Do you feel like anybody out there right now is taking the massive army of silent people making decisions when they go to the grocery store to buy a beer, or they go to Walmart to buy the beer instead of Target to buy the beer, or they buy another ice cream brand? Prairie Farms instead of the Ben and Jerry's. Okay, now what is the question? We've made a big point.
Yeah, I don't think there is. I think that's kind of the point of making the point, is that there isn't anybody leading that charge. There's a whole bunch of people just agreeing with it and doing it, and there's not one pinpoint person that can be picked off, to use a lot of alliteration there, that is doing all that. And that's kind of why it's a good thing. That's why it's a boycott
it's
and not a cancel culture.
It's not an organized thing.
Yes.
It's a bunch of people making individual decisions. I think that there are people who have definitely hopped on the bandwagon, but these efforts can't be as successful as they have been, where you've got someone telling a group of people what they're going to do. You can't get this many people to do what you. It has to be a personal choice that is collectively made individually. If that's a
and look, there's tons of right-wing personalities, but there's no Al Sharpton on the right that shows up and goes, now this is your cause, this is our cause, this is what we're going to do.
Scooter's saying, isn't DeSantis leading the charge? DeSantis has never told me one dang thing to do.
He didn't really do anything with Bud Light.
Well, or anything. He's not out there telling people how to live their lives. Other than government, he's telling government to butt the hell out of our lives and stop micromanaging how we're all going to do everything that we choose to do.
I mean, he's been a leader in legislation for sure. Like if DeSantis steps into something legislatively in Florida, a lot of the rest of the country's governors and AGs, they will follow.
But even if he does do that, he's still doing like what Annie's saying. He's responding and protecting the people based on what the people have said. So he's not saying, hey, you know what? I have identified
He's leading a political charge.
Right.
Not a cultural charge.
Right. I have identified this political movement or this cultural movement, and I am going to do something politically about it. But it's not like he's saying, hey, everybody needs to boycott Bud Light.
Yeah, if you consider the boycotts of Bud Light, Target, and any of the other ones that have come along since that are a little less marquee.
Or the boycott, so to speak, of a Jason Aldean song, where people who don't like the song necessarily or the genre are like, oh, I do want to make a statement by supporting it.
Yeah, all of those great points, because none of them were led by DeSantis. Really anybody. No. They were not led by anyone.
Which is why they're so impactful. But that's the question I have. What now with any of these things? Because the real win here is if Bud Light understands. Because here, I mean, in all honesty, I don't know where you all are at on this, but for me, I don't have a problem with Dylan Mulvaney really getting a Bud Light can with Dylan's face on it, per se. Like, if you're going to do that, you're going to do that. They send it to a bunch of other people. But what really kind of grossed me out was the words that were used by the marketing executive that was saying that Bud Light was a problematic brand. I think it's kind of ironic, because I think the reason that so many people have been offended by it is because they really did identify with Bud Light, and they really still do love the brand that existed. So to me, it's not really a Bud Light problem as much as it is a her problem. And she said the quiet part really, really loud for everybody to hear. Disney got caught doing the same thing, to the extent where I just want to hear Bud Light go, take her words and say, she was wrong. We were wrong to have her in that position. And we're going to get back to selling you a beer and a brand that we don't believe is problematic, that we do believe is part of the fabric of this country. And we know we're going to have to earn you back one customer at a time, and we're going to do whatever we have to do it. We made a big mistake. We identify it. We recognize it. And our mistake was not specifically what we did. Our mistake was assuming that this culture was moving in this direction through this marketing executive's words that didn't reflect our brand. And we're rectifying it. And we want you back. We understand if you're not ready to do that, maybe you'll never be, but we're going to do everything we can to show you what we believe America is about. And then just get back to the America things that don't have to say like, oh, we're super pro-heterosexual over here now. You know, that's what heterosexuals
Here's a Tim Allen grunt.
Yeah. Where, you know, it doesn't have to be about that. It shouldn't be about any of that. Back to the basics. And simple and patient. Because I don't want to see, if people are like dancing circles around Bud Light right now, watching it, that does not make me happy. Because that door swings both ways. And the same thing with Target. I've had frustrations with Target. We're not really a Target family to begin with, so it's kind of hard for us to boycott Target. But use your voice to influence and to make a point, but make sure that the point has a conclusion, like a goal. Because if the point is to kill and end, that's cancel culture. And I'm not a fan of that. I don't want to participate in that.
I think maybe one of the problems is like you were saying, this is such a wide-ranging grassroots thing that there are some people who want to see what you want to see, which is basically, let's just get back to making the product so you're not making a statement whenever you drink a Bud Light. But then there are other people that want Bud Light to come out and make a political statement and say the exact opposite of the whole Dylan Mulvaney thing, that men can't be women or whatever. And so because it's individually and different for each person, it's really hard to make a statement. And then if you're Bud Light trying to figure out what to do, there are some people you're never going to get back because they want you to do the exact opposite of what you did rather than just go back to where you were.
And in the process of trying to rectify and rebuild your brand, you're going to get new people who maybe go, you know what, I respect what you're doing now. And it's part of the consequences. But I want people on the right to not do what people on the left do, which is to end, destroy, demolish everything that you disagree with and hate from the other side. Make a point. Use your influence. Man, we've got a lot of it. Ask me anything on the Annie Frey Show when we come back. Your comments in the YouTube live chat. Go say hello there. Hannah's looking for questions. We've got some as well. We'll be back in a minute.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
Stewart's American Mortgage, the Bagel Loan, 314-324-4440. Call or text 314-324-4440 and hook yourself up with the Bagel Loan. When you call or text 314-324-4440, you get Stewie. And just talking to him, he's helping out somebody who's close to me on a mortgage, hopefully that can get closed pretty soon if the offer gets accepted. And I trust my personal friends and family with Stewie. I trust my own mortgage with Stewie. He has done 2 refinances with me as rates continue to go down. You do the refinance, you don't pay the fees that other lenders out there charge you for, and you save thousands of dollars. Plus, how about a 10-day close? Every single inch that you can gain in making an offer to secure the winning bid on the house that you're looking for matters. And when you go in with the potential for a 10-day close, that really helps. No closing costs on your end. Maybe you up the offer, or you have a little extra money to put into repairs if you don't get them in the negotiations. 314-324-4440. Stewie is the very best. I trust him. I encourage you to give him a try as well. 314-324-4440. Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS number 226715.
When I met little Ruthie in 2010, she was just 5 years old. She wasn't eating much, she had no school to go to, and she didn't know who Jesus was. In December of 2023, Ruthie will be joining 12 others in the first graduating class of Bethlehem Christian Academy in Zambia, Africa. Hi, my name is Martin Winslow, founder and president of BCA. When you support a child like Ruthie through BCA, you get to join us in being the hands and feet of Jesus. Our mission is dedicated to transforming lives by feeding and educating poor and orphan children in some of the poorest places in Africa and South Asia. BCA's ministry not only provides physical bread to these kids, but also spiritual bread through the Word of God. For just $36 a month, you can help a child have a hope of a better future, but more importantly, give them the opportunity to learn about Christ. You can also join us on a mission trip. In fact, many will be joining me this upcoming December to watch Ruthie receive her diploma. To find out more about how you can help children like Ruthie, please visit bcaministries.com. That's bcaministries.com.
Jewels on Hampton in St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches on site. Jewels on Hampton is a premier jeweler with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jewels on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches. Bring your collectibles and clocks, sports memorabilia, and figurines too. Jules on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Call them at 314-752-5000. That's 314-752-5000. So if you need some extra cash, looking for that one-of-a-kind piece, make Jules on Hampton your first stop. Jules on Hampton in St. Louis Hills.
Stop everything you're doing right now and ask yourself, are you currently receiving steady paychecks? What about when you're retired? Will you receive a monthly check to cover your expenses and also have some fun? Marvin Mitchell and the team at Compass Retirement Solutions calls this mailbox money. It's a monthly check you'll receive throughout retirement. They don't want you to worry about if the money will show up or how much money you'll receive. The only thing they want you to think about is how to spend it when it arrives. Find out how to get enough money in your mailbox every month when you're retired. Call Marvin Mitchell and the Compass Retirement Solutions team at 314-373-1598 to start working on a plan that can help you create the monthly income you'll need in retirement. Call 314-373-1598 right now and schedule a visit with Compass Retirement Solutions. 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and Illinois.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-987-6122. 800-987-6122. 800-987-6122.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. If you haven't had your AC system checked, you're spending more money than you need to this summer to stay cool. Schedule your AC system check for as little as $15 a month. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Congressman Ann Wagner. Some good things have come out of this FAA reauthorization, where we're going to have more air traffic controllers, more investment in infrastructure and modernization.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
Baby got me racing off track, tailpipes burning up like a smokestack, breaking my heart 'cause you never look back. Oh, 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 oh. All every lie she ever sold me, like a wet blanket, I let her hold me. Now I'm right here with no one to hold me. Oh, oh, oh.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
Wow, what a day. Nothing's working correctly. If you ever watch us on the Annie Frey YouTube channel, for whatever reason, we cannot. There's something that's not working in the system, so we had to bump Hannah's camera off of the stream, and now Hannah and Ryan have to share a camera.
This is the best angle of myself
I think we
I've
should share a
ever
mic,
seen.
like Paul and George did.
I think that Ryan and Hannah should switch places.
No,
If you know, you know.
Yeah. Ask me anything?
Yep.
Yep, ask me anything.
You have to ask me nicely. Don't make me beg here.
Ask me anything.
Tell me the truth!
I feel like just,
Yeah, no kidding.
Anywho, you got questions from the listeners, and Ryan has some burning questions he's going to ask as well.
Well, yeah, I do. And these questions come from a Wiggins America segment that we did this week of what CNBC tells us that French people do to start conversations better than Americans.
Highly regarded Wiggins America segment.
So you want to start with these or those?
I'll start with a listener question, and then we'll go back to you.
Balls wants to know if Ryan's sitting or standing. Obviously, he's standing. Go on.
All right, Brandon from YouTube.
I stand all hunched over.
Wants to know who is most likely to break the AFS live stream, and why is it Ryan Wiggins? That is true. If you didn't know, we are having some technical issues today. Hopefully, we are on the air.
Yeah, we are. I would say the answer to that question is Ryan Wiggins is the one who has the least to do with what is going on here. I don't think any of us have anything to do with it. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon.
What'd you do, Ryan? Why did you break it?
I came in here elbows swinging because it's a Friday and I was kind of mad at all of you guys. And so I hit several cameras and poured several drinks on the board.
What did we do to you?
I don't know. You guys were just kind of jerks.
All right. What question do you have? What's your burning question?
I held
the door for you today.
That's true. I love your clothing. Where did you get it?
Brad?
Annie got me this shirt.
Yeah, actually, I did get you that shirt.
Boring.
I got you that shirt from Rural King.
Love it. My shirt is
this
from...
is a great question for today.
I know. This question is awesome. My shirt is actually from Jamie Lissow himself.
Yes. Literally, he gave it to you.
Handed it to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It says, do
Good
not
one.
mix with alcohol. Ryan's shirt is from the hamper.
Yeah. And I'll stand so you can see it. I wasn't standing before.
Thank you. Can you
Hey,
have
make
your
sure
mic
that
there?
when he sits back down, you move that box that he's standing on out of the way.
He's on the milk crate right now.
Get off your toes.
This is a Sylvester Stallone trick that they do in movies.
In fairness, is your shirt a little wrinkly?
No.
It's a lot wrinkly.
You can't see that on
It
the
has
camera.
stains on it.
No, it does not. Where?
Under the arms.
You lie.
Under your gut.
I'm just kidding. I like
You
this
lie.
shirt. Where did you get the shirt from?
Missouri.
Did you really?
No, I don't know. I got it for Christmas. It
It says
just
Land
says
of
Illinois
Lincoln,
on it.
Illinois. No, I love a good Illinois shirt.
Yeah.
The flag.
The flag is on it.
I have no idea where I got this shirt from. I can't answer that question.
TJ Maxx.
Well, that's not cool for the French people then.
But no, you three have great shirts on, though.
What's your next one?
Our next question from a listener is, do you think the latest hearings with the whistleblowers will result in any prosecutions of this corrupt administration? Mark Anderson wants to know that from our YouTube channel.
What do you think, Ryan?
No. I do think it's going to hurt them politically because I think this stuff is wearing them down. They've said before that if people knew about the Hunter Biden laptop before the 2020 election, 5-6% of people said that maybe I'd change my mind. Well, this stuff's been out in the open now for a long time concerning Joe Biden. So I think it will hurt him, but I don't know if it'll be prosecuted.
I think it's going to definitely politically hurt him. I still don't think he's going to be the nominee. And I think that this is part of the process. Prosecutions, I mean, Joe Biden is being prosecuted, right? Just with misdemeanors. So that plea deal next week is going to be a very interesting news story to follow. If the judge ends up saying, no, we're not going to go with this plea deal because that doesn't happen it happens very rarely. And due to the testimony this week, we'll see if it has an implication. What do you think, Brad?
No, I'm a solid no on this. Merrick Garland's still in charge of the DOJ, and he's Biden's guy. So Garland has an axe to grind with the GOP regardless, and if he thinks that he can twist the knife in them in any way possible, he has shown that he will do that. So no, there's no way his DOJ is going to prosecute anybody in the Biden administration.
I agree with Brad. I'm not holding my breath on anything.
Ryan?
From CNBC, the Parisians who live in France. Question for you guys. Where are you from?
I'm from Illinois.
Me too.
Yeah, I could tell.
We could totally talk.
I'm from
professional communicators.
The land of free, Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, Illinois.
Neat.
Illinois
Us too.
as well. Yeah,
Us too.
It's crazy.
You
Small
two could
world.
talk too.
We could go on.
You guys should try that sometime. Yeah.
Oh, that would be so neat.
If
Let's
only
schedule
they
that.
had the opportunity. Hannah?
Jennifer Harris wants to know from our YouTube channel, do you think the Cardinals will finish the season at or above 500?
I think they make the playoffs. Wild
What?
Card. Wild card. Mm-hmm.
What?
Annie's.
I actually think that the Cardinals are going to have the postseason that we wanted to have last year.
That would be amazing.
I know. I'm saying it. Put it on the board. July 14th, Friday, 1:37 p.m. Brought to you by.
I don't want to crush Annie's dreams, but I'm gonna
I don't
crush her
think you
dreams.
can. No.
This isn't going to happen. They're not going to make the playoffs, but I do think they'll get above 500.
You want to bet on it?
Yep.
Coffee.
All right.
Sub 500. Sub 500. The hole is just too deep.
A game or two over.
I'm betting that they make the playoffs. That's the bet, right, Brad?
Yep.
Okay.
Cardinals are going to win the World Series. Hot take
okay,
from
you went the other
At
way.
least you didn't say
You want to
Super
bet on
Bowl.
that, Hannah?
No.
I was going to say coffee.
All right.
Gorman with a touchdown.
Is it your?
Yeah, it's my turn.
Your question.
You guys, what is your deepest desire at this very moment?
For the show to be over.
Yeah. For it to be the
For
weekend.
Friday afternoon
Yeah, I'm ready.
to officially start for me.
Yeah, I'm ready for it to be after 3.
Not me. I'm looking forward to X's and O's.
I have a vacation coming up. That's my true deepest desire. I'm ready for that.
You still got a week, though, don't you?
Next week I'll be here.
Yeah.
And then it's my summer break with my fam.
My deepest desire would be not to be standing this close to Hannah.
Not what most people would say.
Well, she keeps hitting my microphone jack and she doesn't know it.
I
and it's
am.
cutting in and out.
I am.
Does she know it?
No, she
Does
doesn't.
she know it?
Whoop, whoop.
No,
I
she doesn't.
also have direct control of his mic as
Yeah,
well. So
I was saying she hasn't turned your microphone
let me know
up
in
yet.
the comments if you would like him to be muted. Next question is from Katie Matthews. She asked,
Wait a second. Dirk said, Annie just said the Cards will make the playoffs. What? Was that her cocaine at the White House?
Yes. Annie
question.
actually accidentally had psychedelic mushrooms.
Hey, it's worth a coffee for me.
Katie Matthews wants to know, Annie, do you like your new headphones?
Yes.
If you didn't know, Annie has new headphones. They're beautiful. She's wearing them on the live stream. And for Ryan, do you keep wearing your new cap because you really like it or because you feel like you have
Gotta get the money's worth.
keep wearing it to justify its purchase?
Door number 2, Katie.
It's not a bad hat.
No, it's
It's
not.
not a bad hat, but you pay that much for a hat, it's going to be a good hat.
I have a question for Ryan, though. Ryan, what do you think of Annie's headphones?
They're cute. I think they look great. They take her up a notch. I shouldn't have said that.
On the scale, where was I previously? Go on.
No.
They take me up
No,
from
From
like
A
No
to
thanks.
A.
Mid-
No thanks.
3,
From
and a half?
on a scale of 1 to 100. Gosh.
22.
Yeah, I mean, you'd throw a dartboard and you'd land probably at 100, and then the headphones would be 101. I'm taking some cold medicine this week. and the filter,
Jeez.
the
It's the
filter has been
Sudafed.
a little off.
This has been a running joke off the air because Ryan keeps saying things about my headphones.
I know I don't keep saying
No,
things.
you. This is the 4th time it's come up, and you keep saying things about my headphones that sound like you started to compliment me, but then you realized it and had to quickly backtrack.
I think the first time you said something like, I got new headphones. I said, yeah, they actually look pretty good. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, actually do they? And then I've been backtracking ever since. And every time I leave the studio now, I'm like, hey, you're looking
You look
good.
great. Yeah.
You look good in those headphones.
Today you actually look nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what you did today, but
hey, Ryan.
good on you.
That hat looks good on you, though.
Thank you. What is something that moved you recently?
I have to think about that.
I had to move over to Ryan's camera and mic stand.
I don't think it means physically.
I'm pretty sure that it does.
Well, the
It
Chrysler
moved me
Pacifica
emotionally as well.
Got me
trust me.
Yeah. That was lost in the translation. These
Ryan,
were originally written
you
in
answer the
French.
question first. What's something that's moved you recently?
You know what? I saw a very old film that really had
gosh.
some deep, I would say, Americana, like rugged individualist leanings to it that really made
Show's
me
over at 3.
realize. that
Which movie? Excuse me, film was that?
film. This was Citizen Kane.
I'll tell you something.
I finally
that-
saw Citizen Kane.
You want to real answer that question?
Yes.
Sure.
I don't believe you're sincere. I can not.
I do.
He goes, sure.
I guess.
I got home from Louisville on Sunday from my son's baseball tournament. We took the family out there, and it was a great time, great weekend. And we got home, and we were unloading the car, got into the house. It was maybe 10:30 or something. And I looked at my son, and I said, come here. And he came up and stood next to me, and I said, is he taller than me? And we did the height test, and he was taller than me. And I started to cry. And he stood there and he hugged me. And this is something, I have so much credit to my son. But when he was hugging me, he never pulled away. Like, I ended the hug. He just kept hugging me. And that did move me. And I could cry right now talking about it.
I could cry listening to the conversation. I have something that moved me. Today, I got into work, and there was a Scooter's Coffee on my desk from Brad. So that was so kind, and that made my week. So thank you, Brad.
Moved you in a positive direction. Because when I came in, there was nothing on my desk, and that moved me in a negative direction. I have had a terrible day. I've been off all day because of that, I think. Honestly, now that we're talking about it, thank you for bringing that up.
That moved me.
It's weird talking to you being right here.
I know.
You should try watching it happen.
I mean, we are right on top of each other here. I shouldn't even have said that.
He gave her the Mike Maddox claw.
It's just weird. It's like we're on camera. We are on camera, but it's like the old standing in the booth.
Yeah,
you know, like the
Hannah,
broadcasters
Ryan,
right
and
next to each other.
Larry Kudlow right there. We can do more Ask Me Anything if we've got more questions when we come back. Stick around. You're listening to the Annie Frey Show on the YouTube live chat. Which checkout lane do you prefer, the cashier one or the self-service? Back in a minute. Don't go away.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands to treat ED at up to 95% off. That's right, the same active ingredient as the brand name for 95% less. It's the same ED medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
I'm Jim Onder. Have questions after being injured in an accident? We'll match you with the Onder Law team that's right for you and your case.
Onder Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Visit getjim.com.
Hi, this is Brian with Velocity Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 314-782-3333. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition and any price range in the St. Louis area. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that needs updating, but you don't have the time or money for it? Great, because I love buying outdated houses. I buy vacant houses, job relocation houses, and foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 314-782-3333. That's 314-782-3333.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bill bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-987-6122. 800-987-6122. 800-987-6122. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Just a reminder that Jamie Lissow was on the show at 12:25, and you can rewind on the Odyssey app, or you can just keep listening because X's and O's is up next. Also, I'm eating an oatmeal pie right now, and things are about to get crazy. It's 1:49. Annie bought me the oatmeal pie, and I was shoving it in my face until like literally 5 seconds ago. The time check is 1:49. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
More than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio each month for news, weather, and emergency information. A new bill in Congress would make sure AM radio remains in cars, because when cell and internet services are down, this free service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress to support the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
You could be watching this right now. Tune into the Annie Frey Show live stream. YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Twitter. You know what? Just type in Annie Frey Show live stream.
Stop me on the corner. Swear you hit me like a vision.
I gave you an oatmeal pie, but you cannot eat it on the air.
Says you.
Yes, says
I'm
me.
eating it right now, talking.
Hannah got your mic.
Hannah, why are we doing
sorry.
this again?
I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine.
How
It's
much of
just
the double-decker oatmeal pie do you still have
Stop
left?
eating into the mic.
How much do you have left?
66%.
Okay, so you haven't scarfed the whole thing.
No.
We get a little more Ask Me Anything in?
Yes.
66%.
All right.
Specifically.
Amanda asks, do you guys love school shopping? Because I do. As a kid and an adult, love all the new things.
No, it's really expensive and makes me still feel like my summer break is over, and I don't have one. This morning, before I was coming to work, Evelyn, my 7-year-old, goes, "Mommy, are you coming?" They're at the zoo. "Mommy, coming to the zoo with us today?" I go, "No, I have to go to work." She goes, "You do?" And I said, "Yeah, some of us don't get all summer off." She goes, "Yeah, but you get Saturdays off." And I'm like, "You're right. They do let me not work on Saturdays."
That's really nice of them.
There was a part of school supply shopping I enjoyed as a student, but
I hate it.
I have a real problem psychologically with endings. It's difficult for me emotionally, and like kids, it's just all we do is endings. And then there are beginnings. Yes, I know. I just don't focus on those as much, which is the thing I need to work on. But school supply shopping for me is sad.
Man, that is like deeply psychological, because I was going to say that the list, you take it to the store and they go, "Oh no, you can't get Crayola washable markers. You have to get this other Dire Art
The worst
brand."
one, Crayola, you need the Crayola washable 8 count, not the 10 count.
Yes.
Or vice versa. And
What
I'm like,
the heck?
I don't even think it exists.
Yeah, and then, oh, look, they got all the 10 counts here, but the 8 counts are gone.
Yeah.
So I guess I got to go to Target to get the other ones, like an oaf.
And then you can't go to Target.
Then I can't go to Target. Drinking Bud Light, walking around Target.
I still get a pit in my stomach when I see the signs up. It's the whole going back to school thing, and I don't even have kids to shop for.
Hannah, did you like school supply shopping?
No, never, because that meant summer was over. And I always felt like they put the supplies out way too early.
The chirps of locusts in the summer are a second half of the summer occurrence. Mm-hmm. And I just remember, I remember vividly, like, where the things in my bedroom as a child were when I would lay in bed because it was a school night and the sun hadn't gone completely down yet, and we'd have, like, the windows open, and I'm like, you summer locusts are chirping, and I gotta go to school tomorrow, and just being sad about that.
Are there not as many lightning bugs as there used to be either? Is that just me? Just my house?
It's probably avoiding you.
I go to that guy's house.
I'm like, hey, where's that lightning bugs?
He put my grandpappy in a jar.
Stay away from the guy who yells on his back porch.
Have you seen a surplus of lightning bugs in your neighbor's yard?
No, I will tell you one thing, though.
Uh-huh.
They don't have any dandelions in their yard. I don't know what they're doing. Some kind of treatment on their lawn.
Dandelions?
Yeah, I need to find out what's going on.
Who in here is a dandelion or a dandelion?
Dandelion.
Dandelion.
So you're a dandy.
Well, it's fine. It's fine. It's just spelled dandelion.
Just a dandelion.
I'm a dandelion.
Next question.
Wiggins?
Paris, France.
If you could eat the same meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Pizza.
I think I said Lucky Charms yesterday on the air. I'd stick with that.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go with Hannah here. Pizza.
Man, I think I'd have to do steak or something. Steak and potatoes. Something, something that could sustain you for the rest of your life. Not just for taste. Yeah, like Lucky Charms.
Protein in the milk.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Ryan Mitchell wants to know, do you think there's any truth to the UFO investigations, or is it just a distraction?
I do not believe that they're aliens. I think we are it. So an unidentified flying object doesn't imply it's automatically aliens. It just means we don't know how to identify the thing that is flying. Mm-hmm. And I don't really believe that the government doesn't know. I just think that it's comfortable to let us wonder about it, and so I don't think they're aliens.
Yeah, I don't think there's aliens either. If they can fake the moon landing, they can fake aliens.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there's your tinfoil hat.
The question was, though, do you think there's any truth to the UN UFO investigations? I think there definitely is truth to the investigations. I think those people have no idea what's going on, and they want to know.
I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in UFOs. I was floored to hear that they are talking about that on Capitol Hill. I would have thought that was like a SNL skit or something.
Wag the dog.
Dirk says Ryan is correct. Never thought I'd say that. A recent study called out that the lightning bug population has been diminishing, and then Katie Matthews yells nachos. Right below it. And Ryan also says pasta bologna.
Okay.
Your turn.
It's your turn.
No, that was the meal.
I had UFO.
What are 3 items you would take with you to a desert island?
Ooh.
This is from the French.
The French?
Yeah.
See, when you have to answer these questions, are food and water not one of them?
It doesn't say. It really is just up to you.
Let's pretend that the necessities of life are not.
Okay.
On
so you
the
have
list.
all the necessities you need, but you can take anything you want, and you're going to be stuck there.
A radio. Assuming you get service.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of them. Because then I have information and entertainment. Because I would want music, but I'd also want information. Pictures of my family. A photo album of my family. And the Bible.
Ooh, okay.
That was great.
That's great. I'd say compass, a spear, and a fire starter. You?
Also good.
Yeah, matches, blanket.
Mm-hmm.
You probably want the fire starter instead of the matches.
Fire starter and
Yeah.
yeah.
You want a Duraflame.
A map.
It's a good brand.
Fire starter, hatchet, and a tent.
All right.
Wow, you guys have really thought about this.
All right, stick around. We got X's and O's. When we come back, a recap of the week in news and what a week it has been. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Treat it better than anything I've ever had, 'cause you're so damn beautiful.
Type? Well, I attended because my father stopped smoking with hypnosis. Hypnosis eliminated my desire for soda and fast food, made me want to exercise, and I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. My energy level exploded. I went to another session to deal with some other problem foods, and I lost another 10 pounds. In fact, I brought my husband, and he lost weight and his cholesterol and blood pressure improved. My friend lost 20 pounds her first 2 months.
What are you waiting for? Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed early bird specials at $49.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late-day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. That's right. Seminar Saturday, August 5th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites St. Louis Airport in St. Louis. Or Sunday, August 6th at the 4 Points by Sheraton St. Louis Fairview Heights in Fairview Heights. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
You can host the best backyard barbecue when you find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Mark Cox here. Before you sell your home, you should know what it's worth in today's market. Call my friend Gloria Liu. She'll tell you. With 20 plus years of experience, Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty has been successfully selling homes in your area for more money than the average agent. Gloria has multiple selling options that give you the power of how and when your home is sold. A few of Gloria's options include bringing multiple cash offers from her substantial pool of investors, a zero commission program, and don't forget Gloria's guaranteed sale program. Why can Gloria guarantee the sale of your home? Because her database of buyers is huge, and she's so confident she can sell your home, she'll put her own money where her mouth is. Call your local real estate expert today. Call Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Conditions apply. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio, 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
A pledge for high-tech safeguards. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Several top companies say they'll follow new guidelines for artificial intelligence negotiated by the Biden administration.
AI presents enormous opportunities and enormous risk, President Biden says.
Artificial intelligence is going to transform the lives of people around the world. The group here will be critical in shepherding that innovation with responsibility.
The president met with leaders from major AI developers, including Amazon, Meta, and Google, all agreeing to voluntary safety standards and third-party oversight of AI products.
Americans are seeing how advanced artificial intelligence and the pace of innovation have the power to disrupt jobs and industries.
President Biden says more will need to be done, and legislation and regulation will be required to manage risks.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. President Biden is nominating a female admiral as the top Navy officer. Lisa Franchetti would be the first woman to lead the Navy and to be on the Joint Chiefs of Staff. She's currently Vice Chief of Naval Operations with 38 years of experience. Former President Donald Trump is bracing for a third possible indictment in a special counsel's probe of the Capitol riot in efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Attorney John Lauro telling Fox News.
President Trump did absolutely nothing wrong. He's done nothing criminal.
So he says there was no reason for Trump to answer special counsel Jack Smith's invitation to appear before a grand jury this week. Smith also oversaw the Trump classified documents probe. Today, a judge in Florida is setting a May 20th date for that federal trial, about 2 months after a scheduled New York trial in a hush money case. The Pfizer CEO says it'll take weeks to restore power at the drug maker's plant in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, adding the warehouse was almost completely destroyed by a tornado this week, but he says production facilities were not. America is listening to Fox News.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This could be the start of a break-in.
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Or the end of one.
Police are on their way.
Introducing the latest innovation in home security. 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from Simply Safe. Now, agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Delightful July weather as we go through our Friday afternoon. Partly sunny skies, low humidity, and tiny chance of a spot storm. 82 for the high today. Tonight, clear skies, 70s for evening plans. How about a cool 61 degrees? Saturday, sunny, nice, low humidity, 85. Sunday, partly sunny. A little warmer, a little more humid Sunday afternoon, so a chance of a spot storm at 88. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
There are a lot of smart business people out there making smart decisions by getting Rhino Shield. The latest one, the Central Illinois Care Services, they have decided to go with Rhino Shield on the outside of their building so they won't have to worry about maintenance from now on. The list is long. Joe's Tire out in Sullivan, Stonehill Wineries in Herman. They've all got Rhino Shield on their buildings. You can have it on your business or your house. Just call 877-25-RHINO. Let Darren come out and give you a free estimate as to what it would cost to get this great product on your home. 25-year transferable warranty, 100% waterproof, 8 to 10 times thicker than paint, and as a satisfied customer, 15 years in, I can tell you it looks as good as the day they put it on. You're going to love Rhino Shield. Call them right now. Tell them you heard about it on the Mark Cox Morning Show. Again, 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Ad paid for by Abadian and Totalian. COVID-19 was tough on businesses. If you experienced a negative impact to your business during the pandemic and have at least 5 W-2 employees, then you need to pay attention. There are some new powerful incentives that have been created specifically for businesses impacted by COVID-19. One such program is the Employee Retention Credit. Its tax incentive could bring you some serious cash back to your business. Even if you received a PPP loan in 2020 or 2021, you were still permitted to receive this credit. There are many ways to be eligible, and taking advantage of this tax credit doesn't need to be complicated. We made it easy for you by doing the legwork to maximize the amount of your refund due. Call us today at 800-874-1654 and we'll set your business up to take full advantage of the Employee Retention Tax Credit. That's 800-874-1654. Again, 800-874-1654. We'll get the ball rolling on getting you and your business some much needed.
Paid for by NHTSA. Not just right and left, right and wrong. We're discussing it every day on St. Louis's home for conservative talk. This hour of the Annie Frey Show is brought to you by Ruler Foods. Low prices, no coupons. Ruler Foods.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what you're talking about. You need to take the time and get the full picture.
Amanda!
Don't get me wrong, I in love with the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not married to sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not married to sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, and everything's going great.
Could be better.
Abby is in here to play X's and O's with us. Abby is the producer of the Mark Reardon Show, and she's watching us have all these technical difficulties right before she comes in here.
Definitely not worried about 3 p.m.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Not gonna think about it.
DC also coming in here to play. Hi, how are you, D? Doing
Grand.
Doing well.
Very well.
How is 96.3 doing these days?
Just peachy.
Peachy?
After dark.
DC is on 96.3. Tell us what your slot is over there.
7 p.m. till midnight, Sunday through Thursday, we do a show called St. Louis After Dark. It's like your quiet storm. We get people to relax, to relate, and to release.
I'm going to need to listen to that tonight.
Yeah, me too.
Unfortunately, we're not on tonight. It's Friday. We're
and Abby. Behind our contestants is a tic-tac-toe board with squares numbered 1 through 9. So you two, who both played the game before, know that you're trying to make tic-tac-toes out of these squares, but you have to answer a question corresponding with each square to get it. If you don't get it, your competitor gets the square. So that's how we play, and you also, when you pick a square, you pick an expert to answer. Each expert can answer actually 3 times, because there's a total of 9 squares. And we will start with...
I hate to ask this question.
Please.
Is Todd here? There he is.
There's Todd.
Todd shows up, the drummer is in the house. Yes, there he is.
He's our drummer, and he is here live in studio. He stays off camera.
I
even though we have
love how
almost
many
the whole
people
place.
are sticking with us, and they're like, we can't hear you.
It's really remarkable how many people are still on our live stream.
So we got D and C, we got Abby. Is there an automatic X's and O's here, or a first contestant to go? How are we going to do it?
Well, I think we're going to go ladies first. D, is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay. So, Abby, where do you want to start?
Number 5, the center square.
In the middle.
All right, number 5. And who is answering this question for you?
Let's do Hannah. Okay.
Hannah.
Sports.
This is right up your alley.
Oh, boy.
Legendary crooner Tony Bennett died today at the age of 96. I'm going to play a clip of a song. You have to tell me whether it is Tony or not Tony.
Okay.
I left my heart.
Is that you, Ryan?
You can't answer this question. You're not the expert.
This is the Velvet Fall.
San Francisco.
Okay. Hannah, I know this is your generation's music.
This is a beautiful song. I'm
Is it?
assuming that Tony Bennett does sing this song.
Is it Tony Bennett or not?
It's beautiful either way. I'm going to agree with Hannah. I think it is.
So you're saying it is?
Yes.
Okay, you are both correct.
Yeah.
That is Tony Bennett. I had an Andy Williams song for a bit, but I thought, no, I'm actually going to play Tony Bennett. Let's see. That means it's D to the C's turn.
Of course.
Center square is taken.
We're going to take number 3, and that goes with Miss Annie Frey.
Let's do this right now.
Annie Frey.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals are on a tear, winning 6 straight, but they're still 10 games out of first place in the NL Central. The question is, which team is in last place in the NL Central? Is it the Cardinals?
No.
Or is it another team?
It's the Pittsburgh Pirates.
So says you. What say you, D?
Says
It says it's another team.
Is it the Pittsburgh Pirates?
You said, is it another team?
Yeah, what's the question? I'll answer it specifically.
Which team is in last place in the NL Central?
It's the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I'll roll with that.
You should.
Okay, yeah, you're both correct.
I'm so glad I didn't get that question.
Correct.
Could you, real question, could you name another team in the division?
Cubs.
Okay, that's fair. And also, it didn't pay for last place.
Yeah.
Which is tough for me to say right now because it's usually been us.
It really has. You know, I think we got a game and a half on Pittsburgh right now. All right, Abby. Where do you want to go?
I'm going to take number 6.
Number 6. Who is your expert?
Brad.
All right.
Brad, you have stumbled into sound. This is a real clip from this week run through AI to make it sound different. So the quote is real, but it won't sound like the person. Tell me who said this.
This is the new Moses. I mean, I'm still Jesus, but he's the new Moses. Pharaoh, let my children go free.
Do you need to hear it again?
No.
This is the new Moses. I mean, I'm still Jesus, but he's the new Moses.
That's Jim Caviezel.
Abby?
Yeah, I haven't heard this, so I'm going to just agree with you.
Todd went silent on that one.
Yeah, he did.
He was stunned. Todd was like, say what?
Yeah.
Here's who really said this week.
Right. This is the new Moses. I mean, I'm still Jesus, but he's the new Moses.
A little clear.
Let my children go free.
A little clarification, though, when Jim Caviezel there is saying, I'm still Jesus, he played Jesus in
Passion
of the Christ.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes a little bit more
He's
sense.
not, he's not like actually claiming to be Jesus. Although I don't like that he said it.
It's strange when he says it because he's not a person who's known for his humor. And so when he says something that's a little bit humorous, you're like, what was that there? When you said you were Jesus? It's a little like,
I was just going to say, who let Kanye in the building?
Yeah, exactly.
Moses was not allowed to make it to the Promised Land. I just think that's an interesting relation.
Okay, thank you, Todd, for stopping at that very moment.
Think about that. What did she say?
This show's so off that even the fake drummer can't play it right. Abby? No, that was you. It's Tina's turn.
You know we're going for the block.
Yep, go for the block. Number 4. Who's answering?
Let's go with Oak Ridge.
Okay, that's me.
Hannah.
Shall we never forget?
It's a great lead-in because this is about a fake song. A fake song by Johnny Cash. Kinda went viral this week, which makes it sound like Johnny Cash is covering modern pop songs that he never actually recorded.
I know nothing about this.
It was all over the place. It was really cool because it sounds just like him.
Walking Phoenix.
I'm going to play a clip of the song. You have to tell me the name of any song and artist covered in this clip. Here we go. You'll hear it. You're here. Now, he covers several songs.
Okay.
Tell me any one of the ones
Song
that he
and
covers.
artist.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Barbie, let's go party, 'cause I'm in a Barbie world.
Barbie Girl Aqua.
If you love a lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. Up my hands.
Oh my gosh.
Play my song.
Spice Girls.
Flies fly away. Yeah. It's a party in the
Cyrus.
Smiley! I love it.
Isn't that amazing?
Okay with that?
This is what you guys call music?
All right, there you go. I had 3 songs. You can pick any one you want, Hannah.
Barbie Girl Aqua. Johnny Cash.
Barbie Girl.
Yeah. Barbie Girl Aqua by Johnny Cash.
It's definitely a long way from partner. There's a tiger in those tight-fitting jeans. I'm gonna agree.
Yep, you are right. Did you get the other ones too? It sounded like you were on them.
Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA.
That's the other. That's the third one. The second one was
Spice Girls. Wannabe?
Wannabe. You got it. Yep, those are the 3.
That I liked that cover.
It's really cool, and I mean, that sounds like Johnny Cash.
Oh, yeah.
And that is obviously completely fake.
Is it AI that did it?
Yeah, I don't know if somebody had to, like, adjust it.
But I mean, like, it was AI generated. That's not a cover.
Oh, no, that's no cover. That's completely made up.
Computerized.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, but scary.
I think some of those songs probably came out after he was dead, so I don't know that he could have covered. At least Party in the USA might have been.
I don't think it was actually him. I was asking was it a computer generated or is somebody that good at covering Johnny Cash? Johnny Cash actually sang those songs.
Okay, no,
I just want to know how good the computer is.
That's entirely computer generated. Yeah. All right, so you did get the block there. D to the C, back to the Abbey.
I'm going to go with number 1.
Number 1. All right.
He died
Who's
September
answering?
12, 2003.
That would be wild if he sang those songs. Yeah.
Wow, he was also prophetic.
They ripped Johnny Cash off. Barbie Girl was pre-2003.
Yeah. Who's answering?
Annie.
Annie. California has expanded its travel ban to 3 states after those 3 states passed laws that confirm biological males cannot compete in women's youth sports. California's Attorney General said these states are marginalizing transgender youth. Name any of the 3 states that California has issued a state-funded travel ban to.
I feel like Florida's the safest bet. So I'm going to say Florida, locking it in.
Locking it in with Florida.
I don't doubt that Florida is on that list, but I don't know if it's one of the 3 new ones. But I do know for sure one of them, so I'm going to disagree.
Abby is correct.
There you go. Good job.
Yeah, I thought that Missouri would have been the obvious one because
That's
that
the one I knew for
is
sure.
the new one. Nebraska and Wyoming is correct. So good choice. So sticking with nobody getting any wrong yet. I thought that one might be a tricky one.
It was a little tricky.
Good job, Abby.
Thank you.
D to the C.
Oh dear. Let's go with number 7.
Bottom left.
And
Brad, this is Karl Rove talking about the potential impact of third-party candidates in 2024.
Third parties have effects at the end that we cannot predict, but we're going to have, I think, a chance for a third party in 2024 that could have a big impact on the outcome of the election, one way or the other.
Brad, give me any Green Party candidate, presidential nominee since 2000.
Oh my gosh.
There are
Jill
1, 2,
Stein.
3, 4, 5, 5, and then 6 if you count the next
Jill
one.
Stein, lock it in.
Jill Stein. D to the C.
Pretty confident.
He is. That's peculiar. I think I'm gonna rock Will.
Rock with you.
Rock with him means agree. You are correct.
Okay.
Yeah, Jill Stein was both in 2016 and 2012, actually. She was the nominee.
What's she doing these days?
I think she's kind of hanging.
Waiting, lurking.
She's just steining.
All right, we have, whose turn is it? X's or O's?
X's.
X's turn. So, all right, we got an interesting decision coming up here. Abby and D to the C are facing off, playing a little X's and O's, recapping the news of the week. We're grateful that you're here with us. Didn't know we were going to have a new release of Johnny Cash on the show today. Pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to look that song up. Are we allowed to listen to that and support it, or is that like bad? Just for like a listening to AI of
Like
somebody's
because
past.
we're humans, we don't want to support non-human things.
Mm-hmm. We don't want them to know.
I would say just do it in secret. Nobody will know.
On the internet.
The AI will have no idea.
All right, we'll wrap up X's and O's when we come back. Don't go away.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
Michael's Flooring Outlet found online at igotfloor.com, plus 3 locations around the St. Louis area. Shopping for flooring is made simple with the experts at Michael's Flooring Outlet. They have a Smart Strand Mohawk line. They have different types of carpeting that is going to meet the needs to replace that dingy old carpet, that worn carpet that's, you can tell the path that you walk, you know how you go in and you see, okay, that's the same path I always walk. If you've ever moved your furniture in a room that has carpet and you're like, oh my gosh, that's what it's supposed to look like. If the time has come for you to replace that carpet in your home and you're looking for quality, they have it at Michael's Flooring Outlet. They have have the Mohawk Silk line. They have the hypoallergenic benefit of putting that kind of flooring in your house. And it's going to be fresh. It's going to be clean. It's going to be easy to clean. And it's going to be beautiful. If you're shopping for flooring, trust the people at Michael's Flooring Outlet. Great sponsors of this show and ready for you to go in and visit. Mention the Annie Frey Show when you do. Online at igotfloored.com.
Cardinals baseball is in full swing.
Right center field, a grand slam for Nolan Gorman.
With the free Odyssey app, local fans can listen live all summer long, whether you're at the grill or at the pool.
And it's a gunner! An opposite field home run for Wilson Contreras.
Cardinals baseball. Cardinals announcers streaming live on the free Odyssey app. AUDACY. Get in the game and download it today.
Updating your home with James Hardie Siding has never been more popular. With all the options available, you need a partner to maximize your investment. The rising prices on vinyl siding has made Hardie Siding a great alternative. Siding Express is ready to refresh the appearance of your home or totally transform the look by installing Hardie Shake, board and batten, lap siding, or a stone accent to make it your dream home again. Siding Express is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor. Need ideas? Go to sidingexpress.com and schedule a free no-obligation consultation today.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right nice soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
877-25rhino.com.
Come to the Enchanted Attic. Come to the Enchanted Attic. Come to the Enchanted Attic, and the mysteries of life shall be revealed. Gaze into a crystal ball to see your future. Breathe in the exotic fragrances of incense, candles, and essential oils. Adorn your body with jewelry encrusted with mystical gemstones from around the world. Why many who enter the magical realm of the Enchanted Attic feel as though they have entered another dimension in time and space. But actually, in reality, they have just entered 304 South Main Street in historic St. Charles, home of the famous Enchanted Attic. This is Diane, and you need to come to the Enchanted Attic. It's mystical, magical, and a whole lot of fun. Open every day, free gift with purchase. You'll love this store.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for the Honor Flight today at gsLhonorflight.org. And for heating services, visit aircomfortservice.com.
You don't have to punch it in. You can just say it. Play 97.1 FM Talk. Available on your smart speaker any time of day. St. Louis's home for conservative talk. This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
I hear the drums echoing tonight.
I hear the drums echo. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Todd.
Everything's echoing.
I hear the drums echo, Todd. Well, we're in the middle of X's and O's, and we're having a great Friday, and we're glad you're here with us. We have 3 X's on the board, 3 O's on the board, no tic-tac-toes. The game is in the balance, and it's Abby's turn. Is that correct? Did I do that right?
It is, yeah.
3 squares left.
Right.
They are highly consequential squares.
Yeah, the stakes are incredibly high.
When it gets to this point, the sweat just rolls off of the contestants, which is what's happening right now.
It's so gross.
Yeah, it is. It's not something I enjoy, but it is happening. Abby,
Yeah.
it's your turn to pick a square.
I'm going to pick number 9 and try to get a 3 in a row.
Bottom right.
Number 9, who's answering the question for you?
Hannah.
Okay, last one for me.
Hannah, Jason Aldean's song.
Who?
Aldean?
Oh my gosh.
Aldean?
I'm not familiar with him. What does he say?
That's definitely a flub.
A song called Try That in a Small Town. It's the only one I know by him, actually. Jason Aldean song.
It's like
Try
his
That
new alter ego.
in
like
a
that's
small
another guy.
town. Yeah.
Okay.
This is Jason Aldean's Chris Gaines. Try That in a Small Town shot to number 1 in country music after being cut by CMT and ridiculed by another famous singer for, quote, promoting violence. The singer who criticized the song hails from Missouri and dated both Eric Clapton and Kid Rock. Who is it?
Sheryl Crow.
John Goodman.
I don't know if Sheryl Crow's from Missouri, but I also have no other idea, so I'm going to agree.
All right.
I love Sheryl Crow's music, and that's the sum total of what I like about her.
Yeah, Sheryl Crow. There you
I
go.
didn't
You
know
did-
her and Kid Rock dated.
I think she dated pretty much everybody.
Why didn't that work out?
I don't know. I don't know. She didn't like Try That in a Small Town.
Well, if you throw a rock at a crow.
Can you finish that?
All right. That's a tic-tac-toe.
That's exactly
The X is diagonal, top left to bottom right. Good job. All right.
Yep.
All
Didn't
right,
see
so
you
we're still
up.
going to finish this thing. D to C.
Let's go with 8.
Oh man, there's some days you just start
If
firing on all
you want to
cylinders.
stay connected to us after the show, you should probably subscribe to YouTube.
Make this up. Come on, bring it home, Manny.
All right. Let's do that.
Which square did you pick? 8
is enough.
Bottom middle.
Annie, a new $2 billion theme park is coming to a state near you. At 125 acres, the new Americana-themed park will be roughly the same size as Disney World's Magic Kingdom. Set to open in 2025 or 26, this huge new park titled American Heartland will be in which state?
Oklahoma.
Where the wind blows.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, and the waving we. Well, sure. Does that help or hurt? Oh, you can have headphones on.
It doesn't matter.
I can hear you. Either which
It's amazing that that's working.
One way or the other. Look, I echo in one ear and loud in the other.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. There's the echo.
Right. Is that what I sound like?
It's like listening
I hope
into
not.
it.
Oklahoma.
I don't know. That's a new one on me.
Where the waving wheat will sure smell sweet. When
And Oklahoma is
the
a.
wind
I was just
comes
talking to
like
somebody about Oklahoma. The most. You know what? Let me shut up.
No, really, you should keep going because you're up. It's your turn.
I'm going to disagree.
There's a lot of other states.
There are a lot of other options. However,
It's kind of playing the odds.
Annie picked the right one. Yeah, she knew it. It is Oklahoma.
2 former Disney Imagineers are part of the creation of that.
Yeah, that question was asked to the right expert. Last one. Abby, can you make it another tic-tac-toe here?
Ooh, that'd be pretty cool.
Wow.
Ooh. Yeah, number 2 with Brad.
Number 2 with Brad. Brad, you have once again stumbled into sound.
Look at that.
So this is a real clip from the week, run through AI. It's a real clip, but it won't sound like that person. Tell me who said this.
I've never been anti-vaccine, but everybody in this room probably believes that I have been, because that's the prevailing narrative.
That is
Brad?
not Snoop Dogg, for the record.
That is not Snoop.
That was my guess.
That is as much Snoop as it was Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Snoop's that educated to bring those words out. I'm sorry.
He's a smart dude.
You sure? You want to hear that again?
Smart business.
I've never been anti-vaccine, but everybody in this room probably believes that I have been, because that's the prevailing narrative.
See the word prevailing right there? Just threw it off.
Yeah. Okay.
That was it.
RFK.
RFK, is it Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I'm going to agree.
Here's who really said it.
I've never been anti-vaccine, but everybody in this room probably believes that I have been, because that's the prevailing narrative.
That is correct.
And just for the record, he does sound like he was hanging with Snoop.
Yeah, he's got some issues talking.
All right, well, that is the game. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 3. X's wins. Good job, Abby.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for playing. I think we're going to break a little bit early here. I've got a story we're going to talk about when we come back, and we're going to discuss the YouTube live chat poll because apparently y'all have something to say about it. Hannah said that when it comes to deciding which checkout lane do you prefer, a cashier-operated checkout lane or a self-service, you have thoughts. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. Tons of comments.
Come in and vote on the Anti-Fry YouTube live chat poll. D2C, thanks for being in here with us. We appreciate you.
Sure.
Abby, thanks for being in here.
Thank you.
Go get that Mark Reardon show ready for air, and we'll try to break everything before you guys get in here so that you can have a wonderful Friday afternoon as well. Thank you for being in here. We'll be back with more Anti-Fry show and wrapping up the week in just a minute.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Fry Show.
This is Bruce Adams with All Surface Flooring, here to announce our anniversary sale starting July 17th through July 22nd. That week only, we'll be offering 20% off our entire store, including Mohawk Smart Strand Carpet and the incredible, durable Mohawk Ultrawood. On Saturday, July 22nd, come join us for our parking lot extravaganza. Help us celebrate All Surface Flooring with food, drinks, prizes, and our largest sale in store history. You won't want to miss this one-time only sale.
This is it. The final days, the final hours of Diamonds Direct's Midsummer Store-Wide Savings Event. Time is running out on this incredible buying opportunity. You have until Saturday at 6 p.m. to shop in-store and get 20% savings on virtually everything. Exclusive trunk shows all weekend with world-renowned designers in-store. Save an extra 20% off rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, even engagement ring mountings. Don't miss this once-a-year store-wide event. Hurry, sail in Saturday. Get all the details now at diamondsdirect.com.
If you're planning a big outdoor project, July is the perfect time with Chesterfield Fence and Deck. Mark Cox here. Chesterfield Fence and Deck will give you 20% off your project if you mention my name in the month of July. They're celebrating 55 years in business. This is a locally owned and operated business since 1968, and they have a lot of pride in what they do. If you have their sign in your yard, it's a sign you have the very best. They do fences, wood, and vinyl. They make decks out of beautiful natural cedar or Vecadec vinyl decking, which is zero maintenance. You're going to love that. They also do custom sunrooms and screen rooms and pergolas and patios, you name it. A BBB Torch Award winner, highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they have financing options available. Call them at 636-532-4054. Mention me and get 20% off. Go to ChesterfieldFence.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
I'm Jim Onder. When you're injured and in your darkest hour, Onder Law is not only on your side, we're by your side.
Onder Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Visit getjim.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan, president of McKelvey Homes. Founded in 1898, McKelvey Homes is celebrating 125 years with our inventory home sale. Get $12,500 off of all our market homes. Move in quick, lock in your interest rate, and get all the popular features and colors selected by design professionals. And for every home sold, McKelvey Homes will donate $1,898 to Dravet Syndrome Foundation. Visit McKelveyHomes.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Connors. Went to Mark Patrick's Hypnosis Seminar February 6, 2019. Nothing worked before. Left there and never smoked again. Amazing. Easy, affordable, and guaranteed. A year later, my wife Michelle attended Mark Patrick's weight loss seminar. She lost 18 pounds and I lost 43 in 8 weeks.
It's true. We smoked 2 packs a day and nothing worked until Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Now we're losing weight together, eating healthy, full on half the food. Crazy. Enjoying exercising. Who would have believed Mark Patrick Hypnosis hypnosis really works.
It's amazing. I can breathe again, my blood pressure went down, and I got so much energy.
So much energy.
And look great.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed early bird specials at $49.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, that's right. Seminar Saturday, August 5th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites St. Louis Airport in St. Louis. Or Sunday, August 6th at the Four Points by Sheraton St. Louis Fairview Heights in Fairview Heights. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
I don't agree.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Friday means a Reardon Roundtable will take you right into the weekend with an awesome panel. Jane Duker will be here, GOP consultant David Bartledge, and State Rep Donna Behringer.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
Oh, okay.
When I wake up,
good?
well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets up next to you. And if I heaver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's heavering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We appreciate you being with us here on a Friday afternoon. We just got done playing X's and O's. We always love doing the weekend recap like that with you, and we're always grateful that you follow along with us and play. I want to get to a story here in a second, but we've got the YouTube live chat poll, and we haven't really discussed it quite yet today. The YouTube live chat poll is, which checkout lane do you prefer, the cashier-operated one or the self-service? You go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel, and in the live chat portion of the broadcast for today, there's a poll, and you can vote, cashier-operated or self-service. I am, without a doubt, every time would wait in line for self-service over going to cashier-operated one.
Ooh, disagree.
But checking self-service for sure for mine in this.
No,
You only get two options.
I'm taking the human every time because I have to think about it less. If I am in line, they are doing all the scanning and sometimes the bagging, and I have to do less. Therefore, I will wait for the human.
So you are cashier.
Yep.
I honestly had the options first as human operated or self-service, and then I was like, people are gonna be like, oh, when you do it yourself, you're not a human. And you know who I thought was going to say that?
Me.
Yeah.
You probably would have.
Yeah, probably would
It
have.
was buried.
But I like that you said human operated because that was my first thought as
Yep.
well. So you're going to the cashier.
Yeah, I'm going to the cashier.
Hannah?
I'm always going to the cashier. I don't like the self-checkouts. I always feel like I get anxiety when it's like, okay, put that over here, but don't put it in the bag. Okay, put it in the bag. Nope.
That's the other thing is that you have to put the things in the bag or it doesn't recognize that you scanned them.
Yeah, it's so much easier just to go to a person. Quick comment that I just got texted. My mom works with a grocery store chain, and she said that she voted wholeheartedly cashier in this poll.
She's cashier.
Mm-hmm. That's what she voted. Yep.
Okay, Brad, what are you?
Originally, I was cashier, but man, the more I deal with people, the less I want to. So
That's probably a reflection of his current state of mind.
However, I'm sitting here dealing with technology, and I'm like, I don't actually love that so much right now either. But I'm gonna say I would rather go to self-checkout just because that way I can just get what I need to get and get out and be done.
People get real worked up about this.
Oh my gosh, I don't know that we've ever had any more comments than we have on this poll. Barry from YouTube is a new commenter. He said, I prefer self-checkout if I have 10 items or less. Otherwise, I like using the cashier for the larger amounts. I think that's what...
Using?
I think a lot of places are like that now.
If you've got a big order, you'd rather it be done by a cashier.
Angeline has a question over the poll. She said, cashier lanes keeps people employed. We pay the store prices. Why should we have to check out and bag our own groceries? Let's keep the workers employed.
So let's, for a second here, ask the question. If you choose, if you just chose, if everybody collectively agreed we're not going to do the self-service. We're going to stand in line at the 3 cashiered lanes that are left. Are they going to employ more people?
Yeah. Also, like all the different technologies out there that have eliminated human jobs, that's the one to take a stand on. I don't know.
At Sam's, I love at Sam's is one of those places where I can scan things on my phone as I'm shopping in my cart or in my hands. I can go in there and buy 3 things, scan it on my phone, pay for it on the credit card that I have saved in my Sam's app, and walk out and show them the little QR code because Sam's always checks you when you go out. They scan it, they go beep boop, and then I go. I don't have to get in any lines or anything. I'm just out the door. Do you think that people's interest in self-service registers is causing less people to have jobs? I don't think that that's the cause and effect.
That's honestly been an argument since the Industrial Revolution, is that that the more things become automated, the less people are employed, yet we've always managed to make more jobs. They've just migrated from manufacturing more to service.
Doing different things.
Yeah, you're just doing different things.
Really are fired up
Keep
over
going.
this.
Give us more.
Wolflight says, I chose cashier because I like supporting people's jobs and I don't like being accused of stealing by a computer. So,
well, just don't steal.
Wolf is a cashier person. Justin Miller says, I go to a self-checkout.
I don't think Wolf steals.
Whenever I can.
Does it ever accuse you of stealing?
I think that people feel like they're being extra watched. Well, that's what somebody, was that Jamie that said that? Jamie Lissow on the show, where he was like, I really like doing the self-checkout thing where the worker's just standing there watching you do the work.
Yeah.
Like supervising you.
That was him.
So I kind of get that. Go ahead. Sorry, Hannah.
Justin says, I go to the self-checkout whenever I can. Cashiers are slow and there's usually no line. Get me out of there. That's a bold,
Justin.
broad statement.
I don't know if cashiers are slow, but they're not going to go as fast as I am. In my
Rhonda
mind.
H. from YouTube said, if they gave me a 10% discount off of my bill, I would happily do my own checkout. LOL, that would never happen. Love listening and reading all of the comments.
Thanks, Rhonda.
Yes.
Good to have you here.
Thank you, Rhonda. All right, another comment is coming from STLTG. They say self-checkout because people.
Hi, fellow millennial, I'm assuming.
All right. FR says, I do self-checkout because I don't want anyone to know that I go to the store at least once a day. I actually think that's a pretty common thing.
Wait, why is that? Why are you ashamed? Is that?
And who's watching you that closely?
Is that? What are you buying once a day? Maybe. Let's get to the bottom of this.
This guy's coming back for bananas again.
Blues Lifer says, chose cashier because it creates jobs. That seems to be a common argument.
I just don't know if I buy it. I guess I could be persuaded, but I don't know.
You know what? If they're that worried about theft, why don't they bring back the cashiers? Because theft isn't getting better. And I would think that something like an extra checkpoint there might help a little bit.
That's not where the theft is occurring. People aren't going into self-checkout and pretending that they're...
Oh, yes, they do.
They do. It's like a whole industry.
Like, when they go, they just go. They leave. And the places, and they're not allowed to stop them anyway.
That's the videos that you're seeing. I think a lot of people, and I've actually talked to a guy in a parking lot once who just said this to me at Walmart. He's like, hey, I took a whole bunch of stuff in there. I'm like, why did you just tell me this, stranger?
They show how they like swipe things and move things across that from a camera. If you were just casually observing on a camera, that you'd maybe not realize that thing didn't scan.
Yeah, the guy goes, I took like about 50% of what I
that's crazy.
Just went through the store with. I just pretended to scan.
All right, another comment. Chad Logger from YouTube says, I love self-checkout, but I hate that the store will require me to stand in line to have an employee make sure that I checked out myself properly.
Yeah.
That would be...
The only reason I use self-checkout is because there's less lines usually.
One of the things about having somebody who is like have you noticed how when you walk out of a Walmart or something, they don't always check your receipt?
Yeah, it's very random.
It seems as though, I'm sure that they have a process behind it, but I think the sheer presence of having someone sitting there would hinder people from taking advantage of it to an extent.
At least a little bit. I think anymore people just don't care.
I wonder.
Walk right past them.
I wonder how many people who are saying, I want a cashier because I want to pay, I want people to have jobs. How many of you use pay at the pump whenever you go to the gas station? Because that's essentially self-checkout for gasoline.
Yeah, that's a good point. Me?
Yeah.
Who goes in to pay for their gas unless you're getting like a soda?
Right, and really to be
chicky nuggy,
or using cash.
Can I get one soda and one chicky nugget?
And most convenience stores make their profits, their biggest profits, off of the stuff that you buy from inside, and pay at the pump keeps you from going inside. So, like, how many of you just so the cashier has a job says, you know what?
You think gas station people get commission off of?
No. What I'm saying is that a gas station in general, their biggest portion of their profits comes from the merchandise that's sold within the store, not the gasoline.
The convenience.
Yeah.
The convenience
And
store
it used
stuff.
to be that gasoline is what draws people in. And now the profit margins are so tight because of the price of oil.
I think there's a whole bunch of people listening right now who just heard what Brad said, and they're looking back in the mirror and they're going, I think I'm the problem. I think they're considering the man in the mirror is the problem. Maybe they need to listen to Michael Jackson to start there.
What?
That's what I think.
Keep sending your comments. We're going to get to the results here in about 8 minutes on the Annie Frey Show. If you go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel, you can vote in the live chat poll. Which checkout lane do you prefer, cashier-operated or self-service? Now we're going to do this. 25 of the most boomer characteristics millennials are gladly adapting today. Boomer characteristics that millennials, which is 3 of the 4 of us, Gen Z over there with Hannah, these are characteristics that come from boomers that millennials are saying, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Are you ready for this? Number 1, turning off the lights. I love turning off lights. I love it.
Do you?
In the house, yes. Turn them off. Turn them all off.
That's funny because I'm the opposite.
You just go turn them on?
I kind of like leaving them all
I
on.
don't believe
Why?
that.
I do because
you're a very frugal person.
I know, but I looked at the actual usage of watts that a light uses in a month, and I'm like, who cares?
Because the lights all suck right now.
That's exactly what a frugal person would like still. It's like, I know it's only 15 cents a month, but that's 15 cents a month.
Anybody else get pleasure from turning lights off?
No.
Okay, well, I do.
Leave them on.
And I know that you out there also understand how that goes. The idea of no QR code menus. Give me the paper menu. I want to hold it in my hands.
Heck yes.
Boomers got this one right?
Please, because if I have even just barely diminished service with my cell phone, it's annoying. Or any other problem that I'm having. Maybe I'm looking at my cell phone for another reason and I want to look at menu separately. That's another problem. Just give me a paper menu. It's not a big deal to do that.
Hannah? Gen Z? Paper menus?
I don't like QR menus either. I like the paper.
Vicky says, I hate QR menus. Hate them. What about you, Brett?
I hate them. They never open half of the time anyway, and then you're like, yeah, give me a paper menu.
Reading printed newspaper. No.
No.
That ain't it. That ain't it.
Yeah, I don't know that I ever have.
The whole newspaper industry is in a little bit of a bind because people would pay to subscribe to the newspaper, which you get delivered to your house. That's how newspapers would make their money, but they also sell advertising inside their newspaper, which is also how they make money. Mm-hmm. And now if you want to access your news, like even in your local newspaper, they want you to pay for it. And I'm just like, I don't need to know.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll get on Facebook and, get on my local connection page or whatever.
Listen to 97.1 FM Talk.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good one. Next one, slow driving.
Slow driving.
Mm-hmm.
But slow dancing.
While speed may be thrilling for some, weird. Individuals wrote that they are realizing the benefits of slow driving. It's safer, more fuel efficient, and more relaxing.
Just picturing a young person, hands at 10 and 2, going, this is actually pretty neat.
I hate to break this to you, but we're talking about millennials who are not really all of them so young anymore.
Oh, we're talking about millennials. I'm thinking Gen Zs.
No,
okay.
Millennials are adapting these boomer habits.
Okay.
I will say, if I need to get somewhere, I'm going to get there. But my default has simmered quite a bit. Yeah.
Me too.
Like,
Me too.
I just am... honestly, driving is where I try to work on my patience the most. Like, I'll get there when I get there. And slower driving.
Slow driving, turning on lights. Ah, love them both.
Hate slow driving. With a passion.
Remembering and comparing grocery prices. This is where I would like to direct you to rulerfoods.com. Like active, aggressive pointing at Ryan Wiggins in the studio right now.
That's not new. I've been doing that forever.
I know that, but it is something that boomers do that more millennials, so more people are starting to be like you and catch up with you and your frugality.
Yes, you could
Other
say
than the
I'm a
lights.
trendsetter.
You could say that.
Many do.
Keeping plastic and paper bags.
I feel like you have a mountain of plastic bags at your house.
I'll let
Ryan.
you guys answer this first because I got strong feelings about this.
We
Go
keep
ahead.
we keep them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've got like a fancy tube that you put them in. That you can pull them out like Kleenexes.
Anybody else? Words?
I don't think you need to keep all of them. I think you need to have.
You need to
like-
have a good store of them.
Yeah, maybe like 20.
No, not even that. You could keep like 4 or 5 max.
What
you don't
happens
need
if you need
any
7?
of them. Then you just go to the store.
And buy
You're going to go to the store again tomorrow. Why do you need to store
What
all
if,
these things?
You're going to a parade with your kids and they bring friends and you only have 5 plastic bags.
Yeah,
Then
what
gets
about
to
in
get
the
rid
rare?
of one of the friends.
What about in the rare instance where you actually need 7 plastic bags? Okay, for the entire rest of the year, I'm going to fill up my entire pantry with plastic bags.
Greg here is saying this, and I'm going to give him credit, even though I was about to say it as well. Bathroom trash bags. I don't know about litter box bags, but that is the best kitchen, like small trash can size.
Yep.
And what you do is you take them and you ball up 3 or 4 of them, put them in the bottom of the trash can, put the next one and line the trash can. So when you take the dirty trash out, there's a bag right there. Reline it. Boom. Go.
That's fine. That's not
Brilliant.
saving them in your pantry for when you need to go Halloween trick-or-treating.
Calling, talking in person over texting. Only I have started to utilize this a little bit more when I need to know.
What?
It
I'm
can be
surprised
faster
about that.
if it's a
If
lot
I
of
need
information.
to know right now. Other than that, it's text.
And if you're gonna if it's gonna be a lot of text, then just call. Other than that,
I don't know.
text.
My voice to text, I send it. I don't even read it.
I don't read it either. And I always do another one where I'm like, haha, voice to text.
Here's one. Eating soup. Boomers.
This is kind
Boomers
of
like, come try this chicky noodle. Chicky nudie soup.
This isn't boomer stuff. This is just aging. It's like, oh, you don't have teeth anymore. Here, have some soup. You don't have to chew that.
I think maybe all the boomers I know still have their teeth. It's just a wild net casting over half of our audience.
It's just things people do
when they get
walking around.
Do you eat more
enjoying
soup? Do you
each
eat
other's
more
company.
soup in your 60s now, Ryan, than you did in your 40s?
You know what I hate to say is yes.
What's your favorite soup? What's the go-to? What makes you happy?
I like a.
What makes you happy, like turning on the lights?
I think I like a beef barley.
Ew.
Ooh, they don't.
Yeah, I think I do. I think that is my choice.
Broccoli cheddar.
Say no to cloud storage. That's another one. Boomers aren't doing it, and millennials are starting to say no too. I disagree.
I'm torn. I can see reasons for it, but I don't do it a lot.
I don't have the hardware to store stuff on my home, so
Writing grocery lists on paper.
Yeah, I still do that.
Yeah.
Love of big covered porches. Give it to me now. I don't even want a house. I just want a big covered porch. I'll sleep on it.
I don't know. I've never been a porch guy.
Avoiding TikTok. While TikTok may be popular among Gen Z, many people are happy to avoid it. They prefer other forms of entertainment that don't involve dancing or lip syncing. I'm going to add, or China. Which is why most of the boomers aren't on it.
Yeah, I can't agree with that more.
Staying at home.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's another getting older thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it just comes with having responsibilities. I am tired.
Yeah. Although, honestly, when it's just me and my kids, I almost want to take them somewhere because otherwise I'm going to go crazy. I want to take them out somewhere.
Because all the lights in the house are on.
Or off.
Learning how to deal with being offended. I like this is on the list. Boomers often have thick skin and know how to handle criticism. A bunch of people are now learning this important life skill. What? Now? And then the last one, not fond of Gen Z slang.
Oh.
Bingo.
Bet.
Bet.
That was a good one.
Yeah. That list was a little bit better than mid. All right.
It was gas.
Poll revolt. Poll results. I mean, why would I say a word right
Standing
now?
outside with torches. It's a pole revolt.
I am going to run. I am going to leave an Annie-Fry shaped hole in that wall to get out of the studio.
Pole revolt.
All right. Which checkout lane do you prefer? A cashier-operated one or the self-checkout one? With 198 votes, 63% of the people said they prefer a cashier-operated checkout lane. 37% of the people prefer self-checkouts.
Dirk on YouTube says, love Gen Z slang. Not.
Thanks, Dirk.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks, Dirk.
And we appreciate
Do you eat or drink soup?
Bobo.
Thanks, Bobo.
Thank you for being with us. I mean, you could rewind and listen to the show.
You don't do that.
You shouldn't.
Do Thursdays.
Just listen to Mark Reardon and then rewind his show and feel good about 97.1 FM Talk. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll be back Monday. Mark Reardon.